From Gimlet Media's The Nod.
Historical reckoning.
Kunta Kinte.
Intergalactic space travel.
Scan for any air disruption or vortex.
And the voice of Shaka Khan.
Only one person brings them all together.
But you don't have to take my word for it.
Special guest LeVar Burton joins The Nod to drop some truth. Tap now to listen on Spotify.
Enter the Rocket Mortgage Super Bowl Square Sweepstakes. We're giving away $50,000 every score change, touchdowns, field goals, even extra points. 50 G's. Plus, 2 grand prize winners will win $500,000 that could be used toward their dream home. Enter for free at RocketMortgageSquares.com. Rocket Mortgage, official mortgage sponsor of Super Bowl 54.
No purchase necessary. 18 years or older except Alabama, Nebraska, and Mississippi. Ends January 30th. Licensed all 50 states. NMLS number 3030. The NFL is not sponsored promotion in any way.
Some guy called Peter managed to jump a skipping rope over 12,000 times in an hour. Really, it's a world record. We looked it up. Well, we think he'd like Spotify Premium. Instead of just 6 skips an hour, Premium gives you unlimited skips.
So you can jump between tracks as much as you like. Learn more about Premium when you tap the banner. Go on, do it for Peter.
Go on, Ben.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the first Snowball Effect podcast of the year. I'm 47. Joining me today is No Good Newts, Ben as well,
Hola.
and the Ari. What's up, guys?
Hi.
Howdy.
Hello. Hello. Oh, 47, man. You look jacked.
Oh,
Holy
thanks, sir.
shit.
Fucking ripped, dude. Fucking boomer strong, dude.
I'm
because
it
back
says
in my
that.
day I had to lift logs and stuff. You know, you had to do we didn't have the internet. I had to go outside and play and stuff. It was weird, dude.
Outside? I've never been there.
Yeah, it was a different time, dude. It was huge. So, a little bit. Let's talk about Darwin. Launch was Tuesday, and I think they had a pretty good launch with that launch event. They did release a day early, which kind of threw people off, but overall, I think the actual launch day and event went pretty good, minus some hiccups here and there. But
yes, indeed.
All right.
now, what did you guys think? Because you guys, well, Newts didn't. But Ari, I think you did. Ben, you did. Played with. Did you get any feedback from the actual players, like the big streamers they had, on how they liked the game or what they thought of it?
Some of them, yeah. Some of them did.
It
Not
was
all.
interesting. There were some of them were, I mean, like I think a lot of them had a really good time, but specifically Green Dumpling kept saying how much they enjoyed the game and like repeatedly posted clips and then showed us that the clip was posted to Twitter now, and now consistently Green Dumpling is like directing and enjoying the game. So, I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, it's weird that like I feel like 99% of the people that were in that event have already played the game before. It's just they came back and they're like, yeah, this game's still good. And it's like, it sucks that it like there was a player dip and everybody still had that much fun and everybody came back. It just shows like the game still has what got like it's got everything to get players.
Yeah,
it's weird.
And I was telling you yesterday, Samora was happy. I think she's gonna start doing Darwin Saturdays.
Nice.
On her channel.
It's kind of cool.
She's EU, so you could probably hop in that.
Oh, EU. That's great. That's great.
She's from the Netherlands, I think.
Forson's been on for the last 2 days. Like he was on yesterday, he enjoyed it, and then he came back today. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and XQC was on. He had kind of a rough time there for a minute, though.
No, he was having fun.
He was getting sniped really hard, but with like 20K viewers, it's kind of hard not to.
It wasn't really hard.
He got his content, man. He called Crow a furry. We all got our content. We're good to go.
It's true.
I mean, was he wrong? So
Look at you all, guys.
So let me ask you guys now. We'll start with Ari and just kind of go around. Ari, Ben.
Oh,
Ben.
yes.
How you feel about this? I mean, we were so used to Darwin for the last 3 years. And then all of a sudden it was like release, boom. I mean, you guys got to play test, so you were kind of expecting it, but to the rest of us, it was just like, boom, new game, like brand.
Yes,
new.
indeed.
So, what do you think of it right now compared to old Darwin?
So I compared in pubs wise and then like tournaments crim play. All right. So in pubs, I have so much more fun. All right. Last patch before this patch released, I couldn't play pubs for longer than 2 hours. Now I can go on forever.
Yeah.
I can go on for like 8 hours longer than that and still have fun, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think it's very fun with like all the mobility. It's fun to play with. That's why I have so much fun, right? Now in scrims and like competitive play, it's not as fun currently because it's not balanced and there's a lot of changes that need to be done still. So in general, I think it's very good, but it needs balance to be done to make competitive play as good as it was before. That's my opinion about it.
All right.
Smiley face.
Ben?
Yeah, I'm about in the exact same place Ori is. It's weird because like pubs were. I know a lot of people were really sad about leather going, but it's really weird that I don't know. Pubs kind of became this one-dimensional thing of like spam E on leather, get your max boots, and then hold W at people, and then just see what happens. And it kind of became this like really, really, really stale formula of get your boots and then get going. And then now we're all trying stuff again, which is really good. We're all trying new builds. And the combat just keeps you a lot more locked in because you have to pay attention a lot more. Obviously, like the whole game is faster in every single way, so you have to pay more attention, and that's just more fun. Is keeps you locked in and keeps you more engaged. But then, yeah, for the competitive play, there's infinites. There's stuff that just like sometimes when you swing it doesn't work. There's a class that literally can't deal with a mountain. Like stuff that's just got to get fixed. But it's so unanimously clear by the audience that's like playing the game now that we all think the same things. So it getting patched, I mean, it's pretty obvious that they're going to fix that kind of stuff pretty quickly.
Yeah. Newts?
You see, I really enjoyed the game before, and obviously, like, it's a huge change. And obviously, we all need to get used to it. Like, I enjoy both versions of the game. Obviously, I think I don't know. Like, so obviously, like, I'm getting mad at the game a lot more now, but that's just because, like, it's just that stress level of just, I played this game for so long, and it feels completely different, which could be good and bad. And, like, I don't know. I'm just kind of, like, looking forward to where it's going to go. But, I don't know. Pubs are definitely, our is right, dude. Pubs are actually a lot more fun. So, like, I used to, like, look forward to, oh, we have scrims today, right? And then I would go and play scrims, and then I'd feel like I have nothing to do now on Darwin. So I would usually go and do something else. Now, you can just play pubs all day long. And it's just like, I'm not bored. Like, there's always something to do. And, like, you lose a fight now, and it's just like, whatever. Like, that was fun. Like, that was sick. Like, it was so fast-paced, just going back and forth. It was fun. I don't know. I think it's for the better for casual gameplay. And, of course, like, there's going to be balancing later on. But right now, I think it's really good for the game. Just the overall change.
Yeah. So yeah, I agree. There's a lot of bugs competitively. Yeah, I mean, but that's expected when you drop something like that until like a competitive meta comes out or like people can kind of like tweak that or whatever. But as somebody who plays mostly pubs, obviously you guys know I'm not the best player in the world. Okay, but as like I play a ton of pubs. Like I find it incredibly fun. And it's so fast paced. It's just kind of like game after game after game now. Like you can run through a game and like, I mean, most of them don't go with a sudden death. So you're getting like 8-minute games or you die early. And I mean, I can just constantly quick play, get a lobby, and go. And I'm a headhunter player, so I mean, even though they don't have the mobility, like I still have fun. I've still won games. They need some tweaks. They're still. I mean, all classes are playable. And directing is a little weird right now, but I'm sure they'll tweak some stuff and figure it out. I mean, it's so fast-paced right now. I mean, Director Unleashed isn't even working and stuff, so you can't really close zones and anything, so we don't have a really good idea of how that works yet. But, I mean, overall, I think they did a pretty good job with their re-release, I call it, and changing the game up pretty good.
No, yeah.
So, you guys play tested. I know Casper likes to preach that they removed more than they added, I think is what he always says. And they did, like, completely feels like 100% rework. So
they
for those watching
some things, though. They combined some things.
They did. For those that don't know, they combined, well, they made classes, Jetpack, Grapple, and Headhunter, each with kind of different stuff that was in the original game, but now are locked to those classes. What else did they change? They changed...
well, there's no more hooks in the game, which is now part of Grapple, which I think it's pretty cool. Kind of like combine it with the class, and it can only be used for that.
Technically, you can get it on Manhunt loot.
Yeah,
I don't...
Okay.
Come on, man.
Hear me out here, right? Yes, they removed a lot of stuff, right? But that makes the game less confusing for the new players.
Oh,
the
absolutely.
New players are having a way easier time getting the game, and it's great for the game in that sense.
It is way
it's
more
bad because it removes more variety of the game, but it's good because new players get the game way faster and they have more fun.
And see, I always come back to this. I agree with that. But that was, and I always called Darwin like the Quake of BRs because of the skill ceiling. And that was Quake's problem, is that you jump into a game and I mean, you're just getting railed. There's no explanation. There's no nothing. And the fact that, that's how old Darwin was. You just kind of like jumped into a game and you were like, okay, what do I do now? So now the fact that they kind of label all those moves and tell you exactly what they do and exactly how they work. Like you said, like new players can jump in and it's quick and you can get a lot of instant gratification, like that. I think that's a good move.
Oh, and there's been like a noticeable like difference. So like with the MMR, so it is present, because obviously like when you get in games and you've been playing for a while, you get in games with other people that have been playing for a while. But these new players are enjoying the game because they're just playing against people at their same skill level. So I think that's really cool to have that be part of the game, because then you're not just like joining in a game and just getting railed.
Yeah.
And it's like old darn, where it's just like, all right, like everybody's better than me. Like, why am I even playing this game? And now it's like they can actually enjoy the game and improve as time goes on.
I'm just sad I don't get to see any of you in lobbies anymore. I don't get to see my friends anymore because my MMR is terrible.
I never see you in lobbies. Dude, my dog keeps coming in and out of my room. What is she doing?
What else did they do? I know one of the big things, you might as well get this out of the way now, is they added an arrow cap, which I don't think anyone is happy about this at all. I haven't talked to a single person that's like, yeah, arrow cap.
Yeah.
And Casper was talking to me yesterday about an
one
idea.
person in chat, okay? One. Let's go
Jeez,
Xbox.
Casper was saying, and I don't necessarily think this is a bad idea. To start with 0 arrows is horrible, especially for Headhunter, because the class literally revolves around arrows. So I wouldn't mind if they removed the cap and had like Headhunter start with like 4 arrows and the rest start with 2. You know, I do think that Headhunter needs to start with a little bit. Headhunter starts at such a huge disadvantage right now because of that. I think having a little more arrows would give them a little more of a balance.
Headhunter
there.
also has an infinite track, basically, which I think is kind of OP, because it just, like, if they have that maxed out with their arrow damage, it's just infinitely, you're just getting railed. And
but you can kill the bird. You can kill the bird, man.
But if you kill the bird, you're still tracked for, like, forever. So then you're just dead.
can,
It's like
yeah.
GG's. Yeah.
True.
If they hit arrows.
They need to lower the amount of time it tracks for. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. It just, like, tracks for, like, a lifetime.
Yeah.
We're going to have to see what happens, too, after
We'll
the
wait and
buffs to it come in, too. Because then, like, I don't know. I agree that, like, tracking for that long is ridiculous, but also I mean, it doesn't have the mobility yet, but there's many times where I've been early mid game and I'm like, oh, I'm tracked. All right, see you. And then I just hook somewhere and I'm just on like a mountain.
Exactly.
I'm just like, I'm gonna wait here and I'm not gonna do anything.
Or I track someone and they jetpack combo me and I can't do anything anyway. They're like, haha, here's your track.
You see, Jetpack has all the movement electronics.
It can do everything.
It
I
does
literally
everything.
don't collect my first wood. I will just run at you and
there's
boost you.
no point.
Yeah.
I don't
crazy.
understand, and I never will, and I know they're gonna fix it. They have to. Why you would give the most mobile class teleport and power leap?
And the ground
that's
smash.
That's a huge.
I think what they should do is remove teleport from the Wings class, add it to the Bird class, and nerf Bird's tracking.
Yeah.
And then it's
I
balanced.
think
And
they
then
should swap
maybe-
radar and give it to Jetpack.
I think that the
possibly.
radar play is really
Ooh.
interesting, though.
Radar is needed on Headhunter because that gives it its increased damage when you're tracked.
Not only that,
but radar
it also
doesn't
lets you see
track; it just
tracks
marks
through
you on the
walls.
map. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can.
So you can pop it, and it's almost global now. It's like a tile and a half or some crap.
Yeah,
like
I think
that.
radar
It's
is needed on the
crazy.
bird.
Yeah,
Well, but I
because,
mean, no
like,
one's going to use it with shrink and well, I mean, at least at the competitive level, it might end pubs, but with shrink stealth right now, and the way stealth is with smoke bombs, like
it
you
could
kind of
be
have
a pub
to run
stomper.
it.
It could be a pub stomper, yeah. But it's just like and also like they're going with that theming of trying to make everything, all the electronics go with the class. So like the wings have mobility and all that kind of stuff, and then the headhunter has more tracking with the radar. So I think that's what they were going for with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, it's just a few tweaks here and there. But for an actual rework of the entire game and then releasing as is right now, it's really not that bad. I mean, yeah, Headhunter needs some mobility. Yeah, some stuff needs to be tweaked. But overall, I think it was a pretty good launch. As far as, like, there wasn't anything, like, I mean, there are a couple things. But, like, there wasn't anything to the point where it was so game-breaking and I was like, oh, my God, I quit this game until they fix this, you know?
Yeah, true.
I mean, even with jetpacks, you're like, oh, jetpacks, like, but I'm never like, oh, jetpacks, like, this game sucks.
I think the classes are like fairly balanced in the casual like environment, right? But like for competitive, wings are so good compared to other classes.
Yeah.
Because you can just stall out the fights. Like a lot of competitive play before this patch was gliding in the air and waiting for people to fight each other and get low. And now with wings, you can do that pretty much infinitely, how long you want. So
Yeah.
casual wise, I think it's pretty like balanced. It just needs a small adjustments to be made, but competitively, it's not balanced at all. That's what it is right now.
So we know
Maybe,
how like
Ben had a good clip yesterday in his stream.
you know how the hook has like the cooldowns?
What did I do?
Like
Yeah.
like per stages. So
Yep.
if the jetpack had more of a system like that, it might be better. You know what I mean? With like the cooldown amounts.
Oh yeah, yes. Like you can
Yeah.
only dash when you have your cooling up.
Yeah.
Also
yeah.
think that literally every cooldown in the game should get upped. Because like right now,
Yeah.
every electronic is 30 second cooldown. That's way too little.
Yeah.
And like grapple comes back up so fast if you have maxed out. You can just grapple over and
Yeah.
over and over. Which up you can like dash over and over and over. You can teleport 30 seconds afterwards and just do it repeatedly. With every class, it feels like very spammy. I think they should like up the combo by like 10 seconds on everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Especially for Bubble, because that's going to become such a problem once you balance the other
Bubble.
classes. That
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
is... Listen, I'm fine with the knockback changes, but that thing should not be up that often.
Oh,
The
Bubble's
amount of
ridiculous,
times I'll
yeah.
fight somebody, get my hits in, pop Bubble, and then once Bubble goes down, I'll just dip until my cooldown's back up. It's way too good. It's way too good.
Yeah. Yeah. I was gonna say because we were talking about headhunters as far as stuff. Ben had a clip on his stream yesterday that showed headhunter versus was it grapple or jetpack and then sudden death, and you said that you said everybody watch the clip if they think headhunter's good at sudden death.
Oh yeah, I think I was.
And that was like a
I
perfect
directing.
point, though. Yeah, you were
Yeah.
directing or spectating or something. And that was
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
like a perfect point. Like, there's nothing that you could do in that situation at all.
It's just the fact too that like I don't know what it is, and maybe somebody in here can explain it to me. But when somebody's above you in this game and you try to shoot them, it's really hard, and I don't get why. Like, especially when people are on like even just like a mountain ridge, right? And they're moving back and forth. It's like way harder to hit them in comparison to somebody like in front of you.
Yeah.
If they are like right in front above you, like straight above you, then yeah, it's like pretty much impossible. And it's then like when they're right below you, it's really hard to hit them. But if they're like flying in front of you, I think it's easier because they're like so slow. You can hit them for free.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
It just whenever they're like right above you or right below you, it's they have a small hitbox you can shoot, and they move very fast, so it's hard to hit.
Let's blame the playtesters for jetpack, okay? Yep, you guys. Good job. Good job, playtesters.
Tried our best, dude.
Let's see what else here.
Yeah, what else do we have?
I'm looking here.
So
we talked about some changes. What other big changes did they make? So we got arrow cap classes. You can get traps out of every chest now. Deer still
Cold
give
meter
loot,
got
which makes Ben angry.
Really changed.
Electronics are different, but I
Yeah.
still think the current electronics are worth contesting for. Like 100 Divinium is a lot. It gives you a lot.
Mhm.
Like I thought going into this patch the first day that electronics won't be like contested anymore. They're kind of useless. But now like playing more, it's so good when you get that electronic. Like you get 150 Divinium. That's so much. That saves you like what looting 10 Divinium. So much.
The Darwinium shipment.
Yeah, the Divinium shipment. I cannot electronic anymore. I guess.
One
We're
second
always gonna
here.
call it electronic.
Looking at chat, Coco Monkey wants to know opinion on Arena.
It's too bad now. It's
Yeah, I
too bad
mean,
now.
you can't do anything with it, really. I mean,
You hit it
they
like
can
3
break
times
through
and you're through it.
and,
Yeah.
I think they should make it so for it to be destroyed, you need to hit like 5 or 6 times instead of 3. 3 is way too little. Like
You
destroy,
need-
you can't armor, you can't make it, you can't do anything.
yeah, you
about
need
it.
enough time to be able to do something in it. It's like a 1, 2, 3 break.
I think
5, yeah.
it should be like 5 or 6, so like you have time to make either an armor or a medkit. Unless you do that, it's like useless. There's nothing you can do with it besides like arena somebody with you, and then I guess bubble. But it's not worth it. It's better to go like ice bowler now. And just
Yeah.
arena like it was too broken before. The last patch it was the best electronic by far pretty much, aside from like teleport. But now, it being 3 shots, you can destroy it in like a second and a half, and it's gone.
So something I do have to bring up that Hot Dog Gaming brought up to me yesterday is, so you know how the jetpack can just kind of just fly around in the air. So what if like when the zone, like in sudden death, you know how like there's just jetpacks flying around in scrims. if the zone closed from the top, kind of like a big arena, you know what I mean? So like it's more of like a bubble that you're in, and then they can't fly as high into the air because they'll get cold. And Hot Dog brought that up to me yesterday, and I thought that was a kind of a good piece of information that we could bring up. But
yeah, when we were playtesting, I suggested to, I think it was Martine, that they just put a ceiling on sudden death.
Yeah,
it's because it especially stops like teleport glider camping. Even.
Yeah, you can't just teleport and glide in the air. Yeah.
And then on that, Coco also said, wasn't the issue that people would have time to craft in the arena? I think I'll let them talk in a minute, but I think I think the issue with that was you were able to yoink body with the hook and then pop arena and loot the body. But now that that's not really an issue with the way that loot drops from bodies, and you're not grapple hooking the body way. I think that arena could potentially kind of had remained almost the same. And be used to like zone people out of cold, in sudden death. Still used as like a zoner for that.
Yeah, 100%.
I get what Coco was saying though, with like the defensive part of it though, because like obviously arena was meant to be an offensive electronic, and using it to run away and craft something is a defensive thing. So I know that their like original intent is not for arena to be used that way.
Yeah.
So I get it in that sense. I was curious if like it would ever set up any wall combos. Like you could hit somebody, pop lockdown, then they're up against a wall and they don't expect to be up against a wall.
And then you can keep hitting them there. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's kind of the hope that it goes that way. That's I think where like it would be nice to see it go.
Also, can we talk about the cold meter being so punishing? One snowball in a fight, your cold meter plummets down like pop.
Snowballs are one of the most OP things in the game right now. You literally only have to hit somebody once and you're done.
Ice
you're
Bolt's
dead.
incredibly strong
It's
too.
over. Yeah.
Yeah, Ice Bolt's insane.
Yeah. Somebody was saying that Ice Bolt was 10%. There's no way.
It's not.
No.
It's like 70%.
That's like 30.
No, we watched somebody go from
it's a lot,
92
dude.
yesterday to 25 with a hit. I don't know if that's a bug, but it happened.
It
legit
lot.
happened.
Yo, I don't have it yet. I haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, it was PP7 that did it. Yeah.
You Ice Bolt, you snowballed them once, and bye-bye, dude.
Yeah, and the fact
is about to be loving the game at its current state, dude. The snowballs and the ice bolt.
No, leave it the same.
There he is.
Let's go.
And I think that like sudden death and stuff is so fast, and the crafting time is so fast that like maybe there should be. I mean, I don't know. Like you guys said, the cold meter is so fast now. But, in the old sudden death, you could kind of like go outside the zone and craft a fire. You can't really afford that now. It dies so fast. So maybe another way to keep warm or something. Because, I mean, if you get Ice Bolt snowballed in sudden death, I mean, you're not coming back from that. Like, you're not going to be able to build a fire and come back from that.
No.
There's no way. So maybe some ways in sudden death to like kind of get back into it to adjust for the cold a little bit.
A very good thing you could do is craft snowballs at around like 1 minute, and already one snowball at like a minute 30, like 2 minutes in the game, it kills the player like surely pretty much.
Yep.
They have to go for a fire. If they don't, they just die by default. It's really broken right now. I think they just give it like level 3 fur cloak by default for everybody, like the old fur cloak. They should give like 3 of them at the start, so it'll be a bit more balanced out. Because right now the cold meter is just way too broken.
Yeah.
And new players will be like struggling to manage their cold meter too much.
Even the nerf on coffees is fine. So like it only like warms you up for like half to like 3/4, and that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine. But they got to fix the whole like snowballs doing so much cold damage and it going down so fast type of thing. And I think it'll be fine with coffees being how they are.
How do you feel about arrow cap? Arrow cap should not be a thing. If the thing, it should be like 15 arrow cap.
But the
arrow cap should not be a thing.
But yeah,
there's not a lot of wood in the game anymore. Like I feel like it's harder to get wood in the first place.
I mean that goes along with too, like, and I was saying this yesterday, that sometimes fighting someone and killing someone can potentially leave you worse off than if you just ignore them, because you're gonna waste all your arrows, your loot's gonna be gone. Yeah, you're gonna get some Darwinium, but like you would have been better off just ignoring them and waiting for somebody else to take care of them, and that shouldn't be the case. When you fight somebody, kind of adjust it or make it like a static loot or something. I don't, because like, if you waste 7 arrows on somebody and they drop 1 arrow, and now you've got to use, all your wood to make arrows again. Like that's just it's too much.
Oh yeah. Also, arrow craft speed revert, please. There's no point.
Yeah, it's
like
so
it
bad.
takes so long.
3 seconds, 3 and something seconds. It's crazy.
It's a lot. It's a
The
long
game-
time to craft 1 arrow.
The game was made way more fast-paced, but they slowed it down in crafting. There's no reason to do that.
Yeah,
Also,
it's insane.
Another thing that's a very big thing that doesn't need to be changed is wood. Okay, when you kill somebody, you should get wood by default, like some set amount. Because right now, the only wood you get from kills is the one they have like on their body already, right? And usually late game, people craft all arrows or like use it on the armor and get nothing from it. Like you lose loot by fighting late game. You lose loot, literally. You lose more than you gain from the body. It's insane. There has to be like some kind of a system where you get like 5 wood or 10 wood per kill, or like let's say it gives you the amount of wood that they have of like upgrades. Like each upgrade would equate to like 1 wood. Let's say. So like let's say they have they maxed out grapple, all 3 upgrades maxed out, right? So that will give you 9 wood. Each upgrade will give you 1 wood each, because then it'll be more balanced. Right now, it's insane, dude. It's already like there's no wood around the map already. And then you kill somebody and you get 0 wood. Like, it's so punishing, man. It's so punishing.
Especially early.
It's insane. Like, I really think some classes need to be limited. And it's really bad, especially for competitive play. If you fight some, like, for example, I played scrims today, right? And in late game, in sudden death, I was fighting Frozen, right? In endgame before, like, back in the day, you would get so much for killing somebody, right? Now, I killed him and I got 0 wood and I died to cold damage because of it. It's insane. It really is.
Yeah.
Wood needs to be sorted out.
It just goes back to that cold situation again. Like how are you gonna warm up if you have no wood? Like your cold bar is at 0, and you have no wood because there's no wood near you.
Yeah, I mean, going into a game, I've seen people with like 5 warm coffees. Going into a sudden death like that.
Change that weird like. You're capped to 3 in 1 slot, but then you can just use another slot to have 2 more of something. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
I've seen people
that goes
with
along
like
with inventory
4 slots of just snowballs.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why you can't just infinite in 1 slot. It's so weird. Snowballs.
And also along with that, because we've been getting a lot of what do you think of the new inventory? There's issues with it like that. You can't just like 3 snowballs. Like what is that?
Yeah.
But the fact that you cannot, like, I want to be able to, like, put stuff there so that I know what hotkey I'm using, because sometimes, like, medkit's on 4 or sometimes it's on 2, and then I got to drop them and resort them, and, like, you can't be doing that. Like, there's got to be a way to sort that so that, like, medkit's going to 1 or coffee's going to 2, and then everything else gets dumped some way. So maybe some customization with the inventory a little bit so that we're not scrambling for hotkeys all the time would be nice.
Yes, true.
Click and drag. Just give me a click and drag, please.
Yeah, or a click and drag. Click and drag would work fine.
That's it. You just open the crafting wheel and you just drag it
Yeah,
or something.
that would perfect. Ben fixed it. There you go, guys.
I did it.
Ben
I did
fixed
a thing.
it. Click and drag.
Yo, guys.
That's fixed.
Also, I just remembered something. When I watched XQ's stream, right, he had a very good idea. So, because there's like a lack of wood, what he suggested is you could use your Darwinium to craft wood or use your wood to craft Darwinium. So there's like no shortage in any materials if you have like too many of one.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
Late game, when you have everything crafted with Darwinium, you got a lot of kills, you have like 1,000 stacked up, there's nothing to use it for. So instead, you use the Darwinium to craft wood. Coco, people gives you wood, but it only gives like the wood they had on them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Coco, that's a huge issue.
In the last update, it will give wood per how many upgrades you have. So, like if you upgrade your lumberjack like 5 times, you get like 8 wood from it, I think, or like 5 wood. I think it's half. Now you get 0 wood if they craft something. If you use all your wood on like armors and arrows, you get nothing back.
Yeah, crafting wood for like 100 Darwinium is actually a good idea, Anonymous.
Yeah.
I think that would be pretty balanced as well.
Yes, 50 or like 100 Darwinium per wood would be a really good thing.
Wouldn't be too bad.
Do you think that that's something that would work? Because I remember like Realm Royale had that system where you had to go into houses to then convert loot into the legendary loot or like the legendary stuff.
But this isn't
No,
Realm Royale.
No, I'm saying, but
No,
what
I know,
I'm saying is like, is this a process that you guys think should happen in cabins, or do you think you should be able to do it anytime? That's what I'm saying.
That would be kind of.
Well, that brings up the
Ben's
question
throwing
of,
a
like,
kink in our plans.
I'm not throwing a kink. I'm asking questions, man. I'm going deeper.
He's going deeper than I've ever gone before.
Going down the rabbit hole, bro.
We've never gone this deep before.
No.
Newt hears that a lot.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Also, what Kat said is
Guys,
true.
I gotta go.
It would also give a use to the Divinium when you're max build, because like right now when you're max build, there's like Divinium around you, and you don't even want it because you don't get anything from it. So there'd be a reason to harvest with Divinium when you're full build, I guess.
Yeah, it's what Hook solved, you know, because we'd all walk into sudden death with like all this extra leather, and we're like, I don't know what to do with this. This does nothing.
Yeah,
right now.
Exactly.
Hang on, I got one more
Especially
question.
in pubs, you hit it so fast. Like if you get like 2 or 3 kills, you're almost full build 99% of the time, and then you're sitting there late game with like 400 Darwinium for no reason, just chilling.
Yeah.
There's just nothing to do with it. Like you need to use it for something.
Yeah.
Let me take one more question here, guys. Generally, what we do is we have like at the end we'll do like a thing where we ask everybody who wants to get all their questions and stuff out of the way, so we can just kind of like keep resuming this. But one last question, because I like this one. Penguin wants to know, what's the view on limited traps and such, and unable to craft gliders and loss of tools traps? My opinion is on that. I mean, I feel like the game's so fast now. I mean, and you have so many tools to get across the map and stuff. Like, I mean, crafting a glider isn't so much an issue. Traps, I mean, I guess, I mean, I miss having to do like tripwires and trap stuff up, and like the bear traps people would place. Now I think I've stepped in like 1 bear trap and 1 tripwire in the last 3 days. I feel like everything's so fast paced. You kind of don't even need them. I mean, smoke bomb is fantastic now. Like smoke bomb's incredible now. And I think the plasma bomb or whatever that's called, the plasma thing. I've seen that used in a tricky way. The pulse bomb. I think that's been tricky. That and smoke bomb. As far as like tripwire, bear trap, I mean, you don't really. I mean, gliders, yeah, I guess if like. I mean, they're quick, but I mean, you can.
I like how fast they are because, at the same time, I don't think you can go as far with them being that fast. So like, I think it's about even like the length you can go with them, the distance you could go as before. It's just they're quicker now and they don't last as long, so it still brings you that same distance. It's just. It gives you more movement.
I think more importantly, they need to either some of the boom shroom placements now, the old boom shrooms, now that you can't go as far with boom shrooms. You used to be able to hit where the boom shrooms were at and actually kind of like carry yourself over a gap to the next area. And now those boom shrooms, like no matter where you hit it, it'll actually like send you into the gap. There's some weird placements with boom shrooms that kind of like put you into a wall. So I don't know what. You know, some of them you can't even hit. It's just like a tree every time.
Yeah, some boom shrooms, there's no point even hitting them because it just puts you into the same tree every time, no matter what angle you hit it at.
True.
Ben, you look like you're deep in thought about the boom shrooms.
Well, they changed them. I'm just thinking about them right now because like
sad.
Let it out, Ben.
I miss my boom shrooms.
rip my boys, dude. Where am I gonna get my clips, dude? Now I can't hit it and shoot somebody midair, man. Effing chat. No, yeah, there's enough mobility now. It's I think the change is fine. I get why there's some people that are upset about it, which I understand, but game has so much mobility. You move around so quickly now. Obviously, Headhunter not nearly as much, but I think it'll balance itself out in that sense. It's weird, like it definitely stops some of the infinites, like in Deep Snow. Oh god, that was so annoying. When people would be at the
you just
top
infinitely
of
boom shroom around in a circle.
It was so annoying.
Josue, oh shit, I gotta go.
And then that's the thing too, is that people would like actually practice that, because what you could do is you could hit the boom shroom and then try to get midair shots, and it was just so hard to contest. So you just get all these free shots, and it's like I can't do anything about this. So crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of ridiculous how much like running was OP before. Like it was OP to run away because you just couldn't catch him. It would just be constant movement. Yeah. But now you're unable to run away, which I also don't know how I feel about. Like,
well, I
like
mean,
there's
unless you're
some
Headhunter.
Yeah, unless. I mean, honestly, Headhunter having like the max out boots and having somebody tracked, it's so fast.
It is until
you can use your jetpack
someone
and jetpack away, and he catches you every time. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's true. Until they jetpack onto a higher elevation, and then what are you gonna do?
And then you're like, oh shit.
You could have full track, full boots, and be like, I'm running them down, and they go up like 6 feet, and you're like, oh no.
Like I can see him, but I can't reach him.
Headhunter just needs to give aim assist, bro. We're good.
And there we
Good to
go. There we go. I could use some of that.
Or what if Headhunter could craft gliders and nobody else could?
Yo, that's what
There you go.
I thought that'd
There
be
you go.
lit.
That would be
I
pretty
thought
cool.
Bird should become a glider.
That
It wouldn't be enough movement because both the grapple and the wings can go up up massive hills where you can't like glide up unless you use like 3 gliders and like a fire. So it would still not be enough movement. It needs like a teleport or a power leap, anything.
Yeah, I honestly, I know some people are like, give them power leap, but no, I think teleport makes the most sense. Power leap makes perfect sense on the jetpack class because they can go up and then hover and they get extra air damage. Like that's fine. I think TP for Headhunter would be good, but then at the same time, okay, you give TP to Headhunter, right? And you TP up to the elevation, and now you're on cooldown, and then they just move to another elevation, and then what? See, that's where the issue comes in with that. Unless you put TP on a low cooldown, but then it's kind of like, okay, that's OP because now I'm just going to Phantom Max every 12 seconds.
Yeah, true.
So it's kind of a weird balancing thing here.
I want to like slightly bring up what Hypno said earlier. The pulse bomb or the pulse mine, whatever you call it, whenever you hit it, it hits you to a random direction. You can't
It needs to be directional.
Yeah,
it needs to be directional. It should be like a boom
100%.
shroom, like a mini boom shroom.
Yep. It was
Anyway.
interesting that like that coding kind of just didn't transfer over. I don't know what happened.
Well,
It's
maybe
so
they wanted it
strange.
to be used defensively, so like when somebody else tries to hit you, they hit it and it throws them away random direction. But I think it should be able to be used offensively and defensively, so then you can use it to get to somebody or use it to get somebody away from you. So,
Well, that's the weird thing too. I've had moments where somebody's hit one and we both travel the same direction and we like start to come together midair because it literally sends us the same way. It's so weird. But if it was Boom Shroom, yeah, it could definitely create that separation. I'd love that.
that'd be kind of cool, yeah.
So I'm going to switch two of these topics around since we're on this anyway. I don't know if you guys saw yesterday what Moonshine was doing in Invaders.
Yeah, I was playing with him. Yeah,
but
he
could.
sent me clips.
Yeah, so I'm sure somebody knows about it by now, but Invaders, you can infinitely grapple to the you can grapple up the wall of the arena, but because you're immune to cold, you can literally infinitely grapple onto the ceiling of the entire game and outside of the map and just stay there. It's a little buggy.
Play, boys.
I think Invaders needs a little bit of work there. But I do love. I absolutely love the idea of Invaders. I think, and I say this. I think spectatorship, the way that it is now, kind of with the addition of Invaders, and kind of like the quickness. I think Darwin's spectator potential is huge. Like it's fun to watch, especially Invaders. Like you can vote on stuff. Like you can pay bits and get into the game. And have superpowers basically. Like I mean, they're doing a lot of cool stuff for spectators. So I do want to touch on the fact that they are doing that, which is absolutely amazing. They're doing a lot with Darwin partners now that are getting somewhere. So it's nice to see that everything's kind of like coming around now. What other bugs? The map bug. I mean, somebody has to know about that by now, where you can go through the map.
Yeah.
XQC did it on stream. I was watching his stream, and he grappled and just went through the floor, and I was like, "Oh no!"
I don't know. Is Aerobug still a thing?
Yeah,
I think so.
I've seen it. Yeah, and it also so if you're playing grapple class, like whenever they go to grapple, their grapple doesn't go where they're aiming.
It happens for that too.
It happens with the grapple. It's any projectile based item. Yeah.
No, I think PB said. I think Deer is not supposed to give anything, right?
No, it can give things. Sometimes deer just
Yeah,
don't
they
give
don't.
you a thing now.
Okay.
Yeah. Which honestly, Kat had a great idea I read in Discord the other day where like deer chests, all those need to give you wood and Darwinium again. I cannot believe
Yeah.
that
Oh,
wood was
absolutely.
taken out of that loot route because it was the most common thing we got was arrows and wood and all that, and that fixed a lot of our looting issues. I can't believe it's not in there anymore. It was so helpful.
I don't think that. I think that the old hunter arrow bug that doesn't work with. I tried it a few times. That doesn't work with headhunter now. You can't bird them before the game starts and see where they are on the map.
Oh, darn.
So that's
That's
fixed.
good.
I did. Come on, I tried.
yeah,
of course, I tried that. I need every advantage I can get.
Good.
Yeah, that doesn't. That as far as I know, that wasn't working. So that was fixed.
Yeah.
I don't know. What else you guys got? What are some other major? What are we thinking? Duping. That's a huge deal.
Yeah.
Duping and beach party is a big deal.
They do know about it. It has been brought
But
up.
I know. I'm not gonna get too much into it because we're not gonna let them. But that's a thing.
You can duplicate items. Yeah.
Shut up, please.
You're shoving the wrong way on your screen, dude. It's the other way. It's the other way.
What other bugs have we encountered?
No torso. That's always.
Oh yeah, the
That's
no
a new-
torso.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't in the
Stretch
test.
torso.
Here's the
too.
thing, though.
That's-
The thing with the invisible torso is that it's not just like, okay, he's got an invisible torso. It's, oh, my axe went straight through it, which I've seen, and it's happened to me.
No way. That's
Yeah, I've
crazy.
shot.
Also-
Listen, I had somebody stand still, and I was shooting arrows through their body.
What?
Yes, that's a thing.
A beach party bug. When you drop items in beach party and you pick them back up, you get double
Yeah.
items from
Thanks, Ari.
All right.
Thanks, dude.
That's the
we were
duplicate bug
we
you
were
were
trying not to tell people how to do that, but there it is.
Well,
There it is,
hey, guys,
everybody.
you
The
wanna have fun
duplicate
live
beach party
soon?
bug. Now that the cat's out of the bag, do not duplicate. It is incredibly overpowered and not fair.
That will be banned in Darwin Pro League scrims. If we see you do it,
Yeah,
you'll
we
be
do
getting
check.
a warning.
You'll get a warning.
We do
You'll
check
get
for
a warning,
duping.
kids.
It's bad. Ari leaking on stream.
Going,
Thanks, dude.
Oh no,
Holy moly, dude.
This bug was sponsored by Pringles, boys. Hey, buy them now.
Yeah. Hypnotico brought up a good point too. The sound right now. I love the way that they changed all the sounds, but sometimes people will make something, and I swear to God, they're right next to me, and I spend like a good 30 seconds running around looking for somebody, and I'm like, oh, it was across the map. Like,
I have no clue where
Good point,
people are
good
anymore when
point.
I hear stuff. It's like, are my headphones down backwards? Like, am I gonna flip them around?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
True.
Yeah, I've had it where it's literally like 150 meters away. I can hear somebody hitting a Darwinium case.
Yeah.
It's so weird. And I don't know. I don't know what to think during fighting. But then the crafting sound is fine. The crafting sound is correct, and I'll hear that at a good distance. But yeah, the other ones.
when somebody drops arrows, the arrow body drop sound. That's pretty bad too. That.
Oh.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
You've never
And
heard
when
that?
when the drone comes back, like the headhunter drone, it sounds like a portal.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It
where are
does.
they?
Yeah, it does.
I'm not near TP. What's
It
going on?
does.
I'm in the middle of a zone. Where?
While we're on that headhunter drone, because I forgot to mention this, what do you guys think of the? I don't know which one you guys talking to about it. Headhunter, you can kill the bird, which renders the class pretty much completely useless unless you have eyes on an actual track. But that cooldown is so long. Like, that cooldown for the bird to come back is incredibly long.
What's it at right now?
Oh
15
God,
seconds?
yeah,
20 seconds?
something like that.
It's
15,
more than
20
that.
seconds.
I think. Even.
Oh,
It's-
really?
It feels
Okay.
like it's a long time.
Yeah, well, it feels so long because you're out of the fight. Whereas it's the only class where something can potentially, like, you can take something away from that class. So the cooldown needs to be a bit shorter on that.
Just a little bit.
Because like I said, like the jetpack, I mean, you can get a boost pretty quick. Grapple with, a couple upgrades, you get it pretty quick. But the bird, there's no way to compensate for it being able to be killed. So, if you get killed, 20 seconds is a long time in a fight without being able to get your arrow damage or your speed. So maybe a slight tweak on that.
Do you lose the track if it does?
You keep the track.
Okay.
But
I mean,
if you go to track somebody, if they hear the bird and you swing, you can kill the bird before it tracks you.
You can stop it from.
So if you go to track and they kill the bird, you don't have the track, and now you're 20 seconds of you running around trying
how long
to
the
dodge
track
everything.
lasted and how long the bird is dead for, then I think it'd be more balanced. Also, the bird, when you like loot items, do you think that's fine? What is it, like 5 seconds every time you loot an item and then it's back?
Yeah, I think the looting is. I think the looting with the bird is okay. I think they designed it okay. I actually think that that's done well. I mean, you can loot electronics with them from far. I think that gives them kind of like that's the advantage of their class is being able to stack up on loot. Yeah, I think the timing on that's good. And then you don't even get it like right away. You got to wait until the bird flies back. So the further out that you hit something, you got to wait for it to come back to you before it drops the loot off. So I actually think that's done pretty well.
Yeah.
It's nice, being able to bait somebody. You can send the bird to an electronic, and then somebody thinks that you're on the electronic, and you can,
Yeah.
It does play some major bait games. It's cool.
And with electronics, it doesn't tell people in that zone anymore when you're looting it. Like it doesn't like have like an alert saying like this person's name is on this electronic. Like I think they should bring that back. I like that feature.
Well, I think you hear the sound if you're close enough.
Only if you're close, but if you're not close, you have no idea that somebody's just yoinking the electronic that you're going to. Yeah.
Does it appear on radar? So, like in the old game, when you would loot them, they would turn orange when you loot them with a bird.
I'm not sure.
In chat now? Scav people are in chat. Scav people, you got this?
Hey, yeah, Scav people.
We don't know what we're talking about.
What game are we playing?
What is this?
Fortnite 2, Poggers?
I love Tetris 99.
Dude, it honestly pissed me off so much.
Fristy.
People
Jesus.
comparing this game to Fortnite. Oh my god. There were so many new players comparing it to Fortnite. It's actually insane. I think it's like the art of the game is similar, I guess, but
they're saying it appears on the map.
Okay. Does it?
Okay. Does it? I think it's
like on the actual map because
I'm pretty sure sometimes it doesn't though. Like when I play that, I try to look at the map, but sometimes it bugs out and doesn't show the map that they're loading it. It's very weird. I think they should like
okay, I guess it does show on the map.
Where it made like a very very fucking
No. We're not.
It turns it does turn colors on the map.
It turns colors. We're talking about like it will tell you who's on the electronic. Like,
that's that person.
Yeah. Not that it changes colors. It would actually say like no good newts is looted. Like you would see his
when
name
you're in
in
that zone or
electronic.
next to that zone, it would just tell you like this person's on this electronic, and then you could.
Speaking of that, and if there are scat people in here, let's talk about a big thing. And I think that they know this due to the streamer event and people like XQC streaming and all of us streaming and streamer mode for Darwin Project.
Streamer mode.
Yes. Make it so when you join a lobby, you have a different name, you have a random skin, and
default skins. Everybody has the same skin, default skin with streamer mode.
Same names. Yeah.
There are a lot of streamers, big streamers, who love Darwin. But sniping becomes such a huge problem to their, their community sniping them, especially people like XQC with 20K viewers. I mean, just the amount of crap he had to go through yesterday.
Oh, you should have seen Forzen's clips.
Some of that.
He's been playing for the last 2 days too.
But the
Forzen encourages stream sniping. I think that stream sniping is only a big problem to streamers who are low elo for the most part. Because like right now with the clip-based matchmaking, at the start, XQC wasn't getting sniped at all because he was higher MR than everybody else because he played like off stream, right? But then the stream snipers caught up to him in MR, and then it got worse. Like,
but think about it. Think about what if Darwin had like a big, its viewership is getting bigger. I mean, we're already over 1,000, per day for the last few days. Say that you're somewhere, right? You're streaming a tournament and you don't have your delay on. Like, how easy would it be for someone to just pull your stream up and look at it if you didn't have a delay? Like, if you just had a streamer mode, like, that would prevent all that from happening. Like, you wouldn't have to guess if someone was stream sniping or anything. Like, that would eliminate all the issues. It's more like a safety precaution than anything. It's not, I mean, obviously people, XQC knows he's going to get sniped. It's part of his content. Forza knows he's going to get sniped. It's part of his content. But I'm saying, like, as a whole, it's just like a safety blanket.
It makes it harder to stream snipe you.
Correct.
Yeah. I mean, there's definitely should be like some kind of streamer mode in Darwin for sure, because like the streamers who don't enter against stream type, they can't do anything against it. Like someone like executing the force and don't mind it because that's like on the daily happens for them, right?
Yeah.
But like let's say someone like Lyric would get on, I think he would hate things like that, right?
Yeah.
Or like for tournaments, let's say imagine Darwin like blows up, right? And there's like a top 100 tournament. What stops people from ghosting through, like, let's say you're in the finals, right? There's 10,000 people watching. What stops somebody from the game just having your stream up on second monitor and seeing everything? Nothing, because in the top 100, the directors want to keep the no delay on, so people can like vote for things, right? And if they have that on, like no delay, someone in the game can easily see everything. In a massive tournament, it would mess everything over.
Wow.
Really hard.
Yeah. There's something else I would like. There are games that do this. I know ESEA and CSGO is one of them. I know Diabotical is going to do something like this when it comes out. I was kind of hoping that Darwin would have it when it comes out. I would really like a spectator mode. I know that, you have the director that does stuff. But sometimes directors, like there are directors who just like to direct. Like directors don't like the shoutcast sometimes. Like there are directors who are great directors as far as like the mechanics of moving the map around and stuff go. But there are games now that add a spectator mode with an auto like 2-minute delay on it or something like that. So nobody has to worry about it. Like they could stream that or something. I mean, obviously it does, it still affects the streamer whether or not they're streaming. But as far as like people casting tournaments like Rabbit or Spack or something where they could, like, even if they were director, have like a director mode that like delays the game auto for like, for people watching like a minute or something. It'd be hard to do with directors, but like with a spectator mode, you could do it easily.
I don't know. I don't like the stream delay just for the fact that, like, once again, like the voting stuff. I like giving people the ability to vote for stuff.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like if the director streamed, yes, I'm saying. But if somebody was like casting the actual match,
okay,
they could spectate it, and then when the director's dropping stuff, or like Rabbit will shoutcast. So just watch Rabbit shoutcast. Spacko will shoutcast. Watch him shoutcast. But then there are other ones who don't want to stream or don't want to they just want to direct and stuff. So then you can have. I don't think a spectator mode would be that bad with a delay on it. That's just me. Or a double director. Like, I would love to have two people casting at the same time.
Boys, can we get a bring duos back, please? Please
bring those back. Gosh.
Bring duos back, or even just an LTM mode, just some type of LTM mode every month.
That surprises me too. I mean, duos was only not a good map because of the low player base, but duos the last week before release was I mean, you could get into a full duo lobby easy. Like I could solo queue into a duo lobby.
Yeah, for sure.
That surprises me that with as many people are playing
with your friends.
Duos, duos is a great way to play with your friends since I can't play with my friends anymore. Yeah, like I think duos would be great. Yeah, I see you up there, Ben. Yeah.
Duos is also a very good way.
Great comment. Sorry, I couldn't get over it.
Duos is a very good way to like show off the game to your friends who want to like start playing it, and also like I remember like going to Duos games and seeing like the whole lobby of new players like who had never seen before. There's a whole community who plays the game for Duos. I can tell you that
it brings in more players. It does. People enjoy just playing with just one of their friends and just like not having to worry about like, oh, somebody else is gonna come after me when I'm trying to go fight my friend. Like it's just like they can just play on the same team and just have fun. I don't know. It brings in more of that casual community.
I know a couple of people were upset that the scav mode is gone, but let's be honest, it
was okay.
It was right.
It was okay.
I guess scav mode. I do like geared up mode.
Yeah, I'm glad that we can do that and test that.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah.
I think a couple of modes like that. I like. Obviously, wouldn't use that in competitive play, but I mean, it would be kind of cool to watch like a geared up mode one day, like a bunch of guys get together and do like a geared up, like some top players do like a geared up mode, and see how fast it is and stuff. Like it's just like a fun spectator thing to watch. You don't have to wait for people to loot. You don't have to wait. Like I mean, people just go from the beginning. I think that'd be cool to watch.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yes, very true. Also, leaderboards need to get brought back as soon as possible.
They are getting brought back, but
yeah, I know.
You gotta think.
I'm not in a rush for that just because of the current bugs in the game.
Well,
so like, I kind of want to put off until the bugs are fixed.
They gotta smooth it out before they can bring that back. Otherwise, it's gonna be and since already people could dupe, people could do all kinds of stuff to get to the top of the leader. I mean, they gotta wait at least a month before they bring that back to see where everything's going and balance everything out. Otherwise,
I think
top 100 is literally gonna be every jetpack player right now.
Yeah. They need to give it a month for leaderboards, 100%. And even so, like if they do bring back leaderboards, maybe there should be a ranked mode and a casual mode, so they're separate. You know what I mean? So like you don't have like people sweating for rank in the same lobbies of people that are like, I just want to hop on and play a game or two.
And I know that brings up the debate of splitting the community. But I actually think it hurts the community more to have everyone in the same exact ranked lobby than it does to split them, because there are times where I'll get into a game, like Old Darwin, and I'd look at the lobby and be like, oh, well, if I dodge, everyone's going to be like, oh, you dodge, man, dodge, you scared. Like, I'm not going to dodge. I'm not a bitch, okay? Like, I'm going to take my ass whooping like a man. But, like, it'd be cool to just do a casual mode or, like, go into a mode where I could just, like, do trick shots. Like, it doesn't matter if I lose the game because my rank is going to stay the same. Instead, every single time I played a Darwin match solo, I was like, shoot, man. Like, I don't want to be in the top 2,000. Like, I at least want to be in the top 500. And that's all I would do is sweat. I would stay away from everybody.
Let's go.
Also, what could be cool if there was like separate leaderboards for separate classes. It could be like number 1 grappler, number 1 jetpack.
Oh, yeah,
that'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Separate that up.
That'd be sick.
It's like you have leaderboards overall, like in the world, and you have leaderboards separate for the classes.
That's kind of cool, yeah.
So you would just count the game, or would you count like kills with the class? What do you like?
You could do wins and kills.
You could do placement kills, etc. with each class as well. It would just
the
be cool
idea
to see those statistics.
Was brought to you by Leah Kame. Thank you, Leah Kame. Smiley face.
Let's go, Leah Kame.
Good idea.
Let's go, Leah Kame.
Let's go, chat. You guys are popping off today. Look at you.
One of the things I'm trying to think. Yeah, I really do think they made it a lot more casual friendly, and I know people are worried about the comp scene, but I think that's going to sort itself out.
I think it'd be good.
It always sorts itself out.
Give it time.
I mean, Minecraft has a competitive scene. Come on, like, it's a true story too. By the way, people, I'm not making that up. So yeah, like I said, there's a couple fixes. Like jetpack needs to be fixed a bit. Headhunter needs to be fixed a bit. I honestly think Grapple's in a good spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
I think Grapple is the most balanced class. Like, there's not a thing in Grapple that you're like, oh shoot. Like, I think Grapple is like perfectly balanced. You can escape.
A little work. But,
well, that's right. That's right.
Bubble.
I forgot about the bubble. Yeah, bubble does need a little work, but I mean, like the base Grapple itself, I think is done perfectly.
Yeah.
The skills that upgraded are done. You can get away. You can get into fights. You can escape fights. Like, the fights aren't overpowered one way or another. Like, I think it's great. I think Grapple is great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people were saying that Axe Sharpener is too cheap, but I still think that, like, there's a lot of people who probably won't be putting points into Axe Sharpener over the mobility anyway.
No.
You want that mobility a lot quicker than you want that Axe Sharpener, in my opinion.
Yeah, I definitely go for the mobility first, but the Axe Sharpener still, it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah. Ori, you're muted, by the way.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, I think, listen, all right. I think mobility in general is better to go for, but, like, new players choose to go for Axe Sharpener all the time, I think.
Oh, for sure.
I mean,
it just seems stronger.
If you can get a hit, but the thing with Grapple is you can parry it pretty easily. Much easier than parrying a jetpack. Yeah. If somebody grapples you, you can parry that.
Oh, yeah.
So,
but you can cancel your grapple midway through and can hit him anyways.
Yeah, there's some timing mix-ups you can do for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and that's part of the class. But I'm saying Axe Sharpener, to me at this point, like, isn't so overpowered that when I come up against it, I'm like, oh no, like, okay, Axe Sharpener noob, like, you know, I don't get that feeling from Axe Sharpener. When I get grappled and I miss it, it's more like, I missed the timing, like, that was on me. It's not like, oh, this class is so overpowered, this is stupid. When Casper swoops in from 7,000 feet in the air, drops on top of me, uppercuts me, dashes me, hits me down, uppercuts me again, and
hits
I'm
me
dead.
with a snowball midair, and then slaps
we
me
did
back
it yesterday.
down
We
into
did
the
it.
ground.
We did it yesterday. He killed me in 5 seconds with that combo. 5 fucking seconds, dude.
Oh no.
He's got a clip with Montague. It's really, really bad. Where he's playing against Montague, and he's like, "See, I'm not that good either, bud." And then Montague's dead in like 3 seconds.
Yeah,
And
it's
the
insane,
saddest
that
I've
combo.
ever seen.
And you can parry it, like you can kind of if you get
The
the
timing
right
window is super
It's
small.
so small, and you have to look a certain way, and like you can, but it's rarely gonna happen. And then they just go, "Oh, good game, man." You're just like, "Crap,
GG, bro.
crap, man." There's nothing
Back
you
to
can
the
do.
lobby.
Back to the lobby, Newt.
There was like a semi-newer player that was playing, and he was running jetpack. I literally got 4-piece comboed, and he just started yelling at me, "Back to the lobby, dude!" And I was so sad. I was just so sad.
It's always the worst.
I got rolled, dude. I was so upset though. I was just like, "God damn it, dude!"
That's always the worst when you come up against
Yeah.
someone you can tell is new and they end up railing you. But you know what though? That's good for Darwin. If a semi-new player can kill you, and even if they're back to the lobby, we'll call it, like that's good for Darwin.
Dude.
Because
I was crying.
in other BRs you have 100 people on a map, or 60 people on a map. You're gonna get kills unless you're absolutely terrible. Like you're gonna get kills. So the instant gratification, like you might come in, 30th place, but if you got like 10 kills, you're like, oh man, I came out of this game with 10 kills even though I lost. Like in Darwin, it's so small on the map that there isn't that instant gratification, but they're starting to give that to people now with these skills. So that's why a casual player base can come in and be like, oh, I might have lost, but like, hey, did you see that sweet uppercut grapple kill? And I hooked him out of the air and I, bashed him in. Like, they get that cool feeling that they killed somebody as opposed to old Darn, where it was like, they step into a tripwire and the next thing they know, they're getting arrowed from God knows where, and then they die. And then, they're like, well, what happened? There was no explanation of it, at all.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I think the game is just it's a million times more accessible now, and it feels good to play. I think that like the old Darwin was fun for people who've been playing for a while because the micro spacing and the arrows, and like we all had like tech that was really fun to use if you knew how to use it, but it took you hundreds of hours to even understand what you were like what was happening on the screen. So now like you just feel the gratification with the grapple, especially the sounds are really good, especially the sounds with the jet wing.
Oh, they're so
really
clean.
Good. Yeah,
so clean.
I think once they get balanced, they'll still be just as satisfying. I don't think that'll be an issue, honestly.
So Liakame said they should give ramen per division if there was a ranked mode. I think that's a pretty cool idea for like the super high like ranking divisions. Like at the end, like the first like 3 spots or first like so many spots get ramen. That'd be cool.
They should split it. I mean, ranked was always about the top 100, right? Which is fine. Like that's how every game is. Like look at Overwatch. Look at League of Legends. Like they take the challenger people, or they take the the grandmasters and stuff, right? But imagine Darwin if they had like. I mean, if they just did Elo, like, instead of you just being like, oh, I'm like, 15,000th on this list. What if they did it like that, like a bronze, silver, gold, and you got rewards based on what tier you were in?
Yes, dude, that
would be great.
Bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, and then at the highest tier, it'd be top 100, and you can see your exact rank at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they do it like every other... Yeah, exactly. They do it like every other game. Another thing is I think... Things cost so much ramen in this game. They cost so much ramen. Like one outfit is like $20 an outfit. You get like 10. You get like 10 ramen.
Pass.
Listen, no. You get like 10 ramen for completing mission. Okay, so let me put this in perspective, right? I got my daily rewards the other day, and it was like, oh, do this, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that because I don't want to play jetpack today. Like, it was like, kill someone with a jetpack. And I said, I don't want to do this today. So I hit refresh, and it came up. So the first reward was 10, right? The second reward was 20, and it was kill 5 people with a jetpack. And I was like, are you serious? Like, is this, like, they need to give a little bit more rewards for people that play. Like, there have been people who have been playing over like 2,000 hours of this game that have like 4K ramen. That is insane.
Yeah, that's
doing
true,
the rewards
true.
every day. They got like a few
Casper
thousand
has
ramen.
like 50K.
Well, that's from like tournaments and stuff like that.
No.
But like the average person that had just played every day or logged in to do their dailies every day, they got a few thousand. Like, that's insane. And so you're looking at 2,000 hours of time to buy an outfit and a half in the ramen shop. Like, that's insane.
I mean, I'm just saying, 47 could buy some more skins. You subscribe with Twitch Prime, guys. I'm just saying. Hey, hey, guys, support the Snowball Effect podcast. And the Twitch Primers, dude. 47, you buy get some skins. I'm just saying. Guys.
Yo, can I get my in-game 47 skin?
If
That's
you
all.
guys
No,
want
no,
this
listen,
podcast
listen,
to
listen. That's a
continue
thing.
going, guys. Like, we need the Twitch Primers.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. It was at some point said to me that there is a possibility one day that I could get a 47 hat in game.
Let's go.
With my name on it. I really think what they should do is give us a Snowball Effect jacket, and anybody that's on the show and does the show could wear the jacket, and we can give out the jacket for the show. I feel like that would be kind of dope.
But Darwin Pro League merch. Darwin.
Speaking of, all right, hey, what a transition, because that's what we're about to talk about.
That was good. I like the segue. Gotta hit the gong now.
I got you.
Gong now?
So, guys.
Welcome to Darwin Pro League.
There we go. We're good. All right.
I'm a lowly scrim admin, but you guys have been working on DPL, which used to be Darwin Elite, NA Scrims,
and NA Scrims, and
NA
EU
Scrims,
and Red Zone.
So, when you guys, let me just ask. So, you guys decided to merge all this into one, obviously for launch, but like, what actually went into you guys merging all this together?
So it was supposed to happen a while ago, and like it just never happened. Like, it just dropped off, and we just didn't do it. And then actually Ben came to me and brought it up to me, and I was like, this is a great idea. And we just kind of just merged our teams together because it's just easy to just have everything in one place. So like, people come to community, they click one Discord link, not 7 of them. And it's just so accessible to just have scrims, tournaments, everything in one spot. Like, just so much stuff in one spot. It's just, it's amazing. And it holds those regions together. So all these regions aren't like, oh, I'm going to split off and go over here. I'm going to go over here. No, everybody's just together. It's great.
Yeah. You guys almost have 1,000 members in the Discord. There's
we're at like
353 online right now.
850 members.
I do know the bot's down till Scarecrow Furry Boy fixes it.
Oh no!
I'm just. Oh, he's in chat too. Crap.
That was my favorite clip of the month.
Anyway.
Oh, Crow fixed it. Let's go.
Sorry.
What's up, guys?
Sorry, Crow. All right, it's fixed, guys. The bot is working. Scarecrow has fixed the bot, so scrims can be up again. I'm sure they'll run some tonight.
Dang.
Gosh, damn it, dude.
So
he's not a furry anymore, chat.
There's a great team of admins inside the DPL. Bella's also in there. Do you guys have who else is in there from there? Is she the only one that's in there right now?
From Scav? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, that should be the only person.
Yeah.
And who was I telling this? I was telling Casper the other day that Bella's one of the greatest CMs. I've dealt with a lot of CMs throughout a lot of games. You guys know I'm old as shit, okay? I'll admit it. I'm about to be 35 in March, okay? I've dealt with a lot of CMs over a lot of games, alphas, betas, all kinds of stuff, all right? She is so involved and so willing to talk to people, and she plays with us, and she streams it, and, like, she is such a good community manager to deal with, and she's never not fair. She'll always hear you out if something happens. Like, I just want, like, she deserves a huge shout out for being so involved with everything that we've been doing and stuff like that. It's been awesome.
Yeah, the fact that she wanted to dip her toes in kind of like both scenes, even though the competitive scene of Darwin was kind of relegated to only top 100s for so long, and she's helped run that for, I think, the beginning of the game, if I'm not mistaken, or the beginning of when top 100s came up. But the fact that she wanted to like become a part of a community esport kind of league that we started. It was.
Mhm.
It just means a lot that she wants to be a part of that. And she said many times, she's like, I want to direct, I want to help with scoring, I want to do all that. And I'm like, you don't have to, but thank you, the fact that you want to do that at all. So yeah, Onigiri said it right. Bella is our angel in disguise. Shout out
Yeah,
to the, shout out to the girl.
absolutely.
Shout out to Scab Bella.
Let's go. Somebody clip it, send it to her.
Yeah.
She'll love it. She'll enjoy it.
Also, Newt and I, in June, are going to Scav Studios.
Yeah.
We still have to talk to Martine, but Simon said it was fine.
Yeah, Simon said it was fine.
Talk
Just
to
send
Martine.
Martina a message, but yeah.
Yeah.
So we're planning on meeting up with Bartender at some point up there too. So
Yeah.
and
I
June
told
will
him
be
when
going
that
up
was.
there. So
That'd be cool.
that'll be a fun time.
Possible IRL stream. No good news. CTV.
Ugh.
Oh, plug.
Twitch Prime?
Yeah, we'll vlog it. We'll vlog it. Also, I just want to say this Josue guy, Josue, whatever you guys call him, right?
Josue,
Listen. This dude yesterday, all right? I'm about to rage at Josue. We're in Invaders. Like, I'm so excited to get in this Invaders game, right? Because Potter's doing Invaders. And I'm like, hell yeah, I get to be in an Invaders game. And it took Moonshine forever to explain to me how to get into it, right? Because I couldn't figure out, like, I had the join thing on my screen, but I didn't know it, put it at the bottom right afterwards. And then he's like, okay, hey, man, let's go get Moonshine. Let's go get him. And the second Moonshine goes up, Josue rails me in the back 4 times, and he's like, GG, you mad, bro? I'm just throwing out there. I was pissed, okay? I was pissed.
No, we love Josue. He's a troll. He's a troll.
Oh man,
I was mad. I'm not gonna lie.
Josue way, bro.
I was upset.
It's the Josue way.
Yeah, GG, bro. He's only dude.
So yeah.
No, you're not getting flamed.
So yeah, DPL is great. They run scrims every single day. Every day there's scrims. EU, West. I mean, West is popping now. So I mean, West, East. Yeah. I mean, they're doing OCE.
Yeah, OCE is coming around. SP will be around soon, and I think we have SA admins now as well, which is kind of cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then we're working on the consoles still.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot more stuff coming. That you guys can't disclose
Lots
yet.
to come.
Yeah.
But
you
gotta wait.
You guys should follow it.
Join the server! Exclamation point DPL.
I know a lot. I know a lot of you do. Even if you're not a competitive player, there's so much. Like the thing with Darwin is there's a lot of people who are good that will. You know, if you even send them, like, don't be scared to send somebody a DM. Any of these guys will talk to you and kind of like tell you how stuff is, or if you say, hey, watch this clip, what did I do? They'll break it down for you. It's not, you know, they're not gonna be like, get away, you noob, like, screw you. Like, that's
I am
not how
actually
it works.
the help desk for Darwin Pro League. I'm here if you need help.
In his name.
Yep, true.
Yeah.
Factual.
So
if you message me with anything that's not useful, like not actually asking me a question, I probably won't answer you. But if you ask a valid question, I will answer you.
Listen, the age-old question.
You will get egoed.
I see this in chat. I see it all over DPL. Is EU or NA the better player base?
Whoa.
I'm throwing it out. I see it in chat.
Listen, we're all together now.
No, we're talking competitive wise.
Yeah, DPL's one Discord.
Which bracket? No. Which bracket is tougher? EU.
Hey, guys, I'm just saying. Where's the 2-time PC champion?
Let me put it to you this way.
Easy, I'm out, dude.
He's gone. That's it. Ari's done with the podcast.
It's all right. It's all right. We still have Ari's chair here. We're good. We can continue.
If they took all of you and put you in a LAN on a network, would it be pretty even across the board?
I actually think so. I think it would be even. I think actually the different play styles would be a lot more shown. But right now the ping difference makes everybody play a certain way. But I really want to see EU NA LAN.
I would love to see a LAN putting everybody on the same network.
Yeah.
And God, I hate saying this. I've competed in LANs, you know, back in the day when we used to win like, you know, a quarter and, you know, like a modem or something.
Get like a quarter.
To be able to play, listen, like it was huge back then. Like you win $500, you're a god, dude. So it was such an experience to play against guys like Cooler and Toxic and Cypher and like these Russian guys who are so good at the game. And to bring them to a LAN and be able to play with them on same network ping, like, I mean, you're at 0 latency. I mean, all it comes down to is raw skill at that point. And it was just an incredible match. Cute dog, oh my God.
Yeah.
Look at the dog.
Doggo.
He's just got to sleep, bro.
So let's real quick, future expectations. All right, go ahead and start. Like, where would you like to see Darwin go in the next development phase?
Like future in a month or future in a year?
No, like just like the future. Like, what would you like to see Darwin account? Like, where would you like to see the game go overall?
Okay, so I would want them to take the game as like make it an esport. I think esports bring so many players if you can manage the casual player base and the competitive player base. You can make it so the casuals have fun, but the competitive players have something to play for, and make esports a thing. Everyone loves watching tournaments. Okay, I'm just saying, every single time, like before there was top bunches, the top viewer base on Darn was always tournament time. Always. It's the most fun to watch for casual players, the most fun to watch for competitive players. So if Darn can somehow make the game like a big esport, I think it'd be great. So I want them to currently do some balance changes, get the leaderboards in a while, get the punches again, and then Darn Pro League, #ad Darn Pro League, a great server. Darn Pro League started hosting some tournaments for us. It'd be great. I guess then again, I have biased opinion towards like competitive. I guess since I come from a competitive player base, I love competitive in Darwin. That's what I love the most. So I'm a bit biased towards it, but I think if the game could somehow implement esports into it, like big esports, like let's say not on CS:GO level, but like close to it, I think it'd be great. I'd love to see that, like a LAN or anything in the future.
Yeah,
that'd be super cool to have like regional lands. That'd be really sick.
Any sugar daddy investors out there? Come on, give us some
any
money.
zoo owners.
Give us some money. Give us some money.
No, it would be really cool to have lands like one like near the studio, like in Montreal, and then having like of course one EU and so on.
I'll just because Ari said something, so I'm just gonna hit my point real quick. I personally, I would like to see esports in Darwin, but in order for that to happen, I would love to see. I know Scav is a very small independent studio. I would love to see Scav kind of branch out and maybe get some partners or investors that would invest. I know it's hard to do. I mean, it is. Like I've been doing stuff like this for like the better part of like 10 years now. But there are investors and stuff out there that will, kind of like funnel money into. You just have to talk to the right people. I would love to see Scav get some investors and stuff and be able to funnel into esports. I would love to see them keep pushing their casual side of the game, because I think a lot of people are having fun and not everybody's competitive. The competitive market is actually, in Darwin it seems huge, but overall the competitive player base is so small compared to the casual player base of like any game. If you took them all, it's like so small. So they need to keep pushing with casual. I guess my future expectations overall would just for them to keep listening rather to their players, and pay attention to what's being said, because they do a really good job of that. I just want to see growth. I want to see growth. They're doing good right now. We're over 1,000 viewers on Twitch. So tons of people are streaming. So you can see 1.4K viewers, right? And obviously there's big streamers that stream, but you can look at 1.4K viewers. It's not like one person with like 800 viewers and the rest.
There's a lot of small.
There's
streamers
a lot of small
viewers,
streamers with like 5 to 10 people, and it's flooded. Like there are tons of people playing Darwin right now.
Yeah, it's really good to see.
And it's not just because it's sponsored. That's not why. No. So.
If it's sponsored, they have to put sponsored in the title. A lot of them don't have that in the title, so most of them are not sponsored. Like there's a lot of streamers who have like 100+ viewers and they enjoy the game. It's really nice to see. Yeah, really, really nice to see.
It's really cool. Seeing a lot of small streamers too.
Yeah, they're coming back.
Yeah. Joker on TV, I think, is one of the streamers. He's been back every single day since release. Every single day.
Jatobo's back.
Yep.
And
Jatobo's
he was
playing
doing some
yesterday.
Invader games and
Played
stuff
today.
yesterday. Venomous has come back.
Yeah.
So Ben, what are your future expectations for Darwin?
I mean, like I've kind of said it from the beginning of like I think that this game plays because like Darwin's just such a difficult game that it might as well be considered a fighting game in terms of it being a very footsies like there's a neutral advantage disadvantage state in all the fighting that I think that they need to build the advertising in that same kind of way of building it around the personalities that they have in the community and the competitive scene showing how awesome the game can be. I kind of come from the same place that Ori comes from, that place of like, I think the competitive scene can drive the marketing of the game so well, especially because the spectator feature is just so good that I figure that a lot of the viewership will come from a bunch of good people playing the game and then a bunch of people who play the game for fun watching the good people play the game.
Yeah.
And that kind of being their whole, marketing cycle that they just need to pour their time into. Because also people are like getting great clips this patch. There's some really, really cool stuff you can do. And
Saibu's released 2 videos. Let's go, Saibu.
Let's go.
Yeah, I mean,
honestly,
content's been good. I mean, people are just starting to drop stuff. Ben dropped a tutorial video. Actually, Ben, if you want to link that in chat, feel free.
Oh gosh, I'm doing that. Oh no.
Listen, there's 96 people in here right now.
Oh lord.
Okay, you might as well get it.
Everybody
Ben
in here knows how to play the game. I hope. Go might need it actually. Hold on.
Go might. I mean, Gom has.
He did not win a game today.
Gom has been getting clipped by Matterall quite a bit.
Here, I got the video right here.
In fact, like 1/3 of all Matterall's recent videos include Gomenesai.
Oh no, Fedora filed. Oh no.
He got Fedora filed a few times.
Any Fedora filers?
Can we get some Fedora files? Can we get some F's in chat for Gomenesai?
F in the chat, boys.
F in the chat.
R.I.P. dude.
Yeah, honestly, pie in the sky advertising thing, and I would love to do it one day. It would be incredible. Is I don't know who in the chat or who in the podcast has watched Summit for anything.
I'm right here. What do you mean? No.
Me smile.
They do it for like Smash, they do it for speedrunning, they do it for Tekken, they do it for Street Fighter, but it's essentially an event of like 20 to 30 of the best players, and it's like the whole weekend, and they just shoot the shit on the couch, talk, and they play each other in a tournament style, but it's like you get to interact with the personalities a lot more because they're also commentating as they go.
Yeah.
They're also talking to chat. They're doing all like it's really, really interactive. And I hope that Darwin can do that someday because I think we got a lot of good personalities in the community that if you just put them all in a room together and let them talk and play each other, it would be great content. I think it'd be incredible content. Yeah,
I agree.
True.
So Scav, you want to help us out with that? You want to get this together? A little
Newts,
let us you and NA boys play together.
Newts, we're gonna let you go last since we literally hit on every point. So, what are your future expectations? Where are you at?
Just to see the game continue to go up this mountain. Like it's been at like such a just this flat point for so long of just the same people, just like continuing to play the game, holding it to where it is, which is amazing. But now, like every day, like the peak is just keep going. It just keeps going up. And like you're seeing these big streamers that like they enjoy the game and they come back the next day, like Forsen. He's played 2 days in a row. Like of course it sucks, he's getting stream snipes, etc. But he came back the next day. XQC really enjoyed it, and the biggest thing I can say, I just want to keep seeing it go up. You know what I mean? Just see the game that we've been playing for years just do so good, do so well.
Yeah.
There's not a lot to say. You guys touched on a lot of stuff. Yeah.
So let's go ahead and take a few minutes and take some questions from chat before we wrap this up. So if you guys have any questions or something we didn't touch on that you want to know our opinions on, go ahead and at any one of us and we'll answer it. And then afterwards we're going to raid somebody with a we're gonna raid somebody.
Dummy thick 90.
Dummy thick raid.
Viewers. Who's getting that?
So,
but first,
What did you guys say about director in current state? Since I'm not allowed to rant anymore. Director in its current state, it's kind of hard to tell, honestly, because Director Unleashed doesn't work. We have run scrims. I ran a scrim set yesterday. Some of the fights are cool to cast. Some of them are too fast to even get a word out. You know, if somebody jetpacks combo someone, you're like, oh, he's dead. Like, you can't, there's nothing you can do. The games are rarely going into sudden death. I mean, well, the scrim games will, because, you know, the players want to go to sudden death, so they kind of make that happen. But it's very, you know, I think we had a couple like 16, 17 minutes sudden death because you're limited to what zones you can close. So, it's not like horrible. I think if they slow down and nerf some of the classes and balance them out, that the fights will be a lot easier to talk about. And then I think once Director Unleashed is fixed, I have no idea if they're coming out with new director abilities or not. I think maybe a rework on some of the director abilities for this specific speed of the game right now maybe should be in order. You could actually lower some of the requirements for, you know, Beach Party is a 5 requirement, but Beach Party right now is absolutely insane in scrims. It lets people loot up and actually get stuff done so that they can move forward with the match. So maybe like Beach Party being 3. I think the Electromania thing works fine still. The closed zone will work fine once Director Unleashed is fixed. I think Beach Party is pretty big right now, though. Needs a little bit of a fix.
Also,
Absolutely needs.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Ari. Go ahead.
What's up?
Past like few days, I've been getting a lot of new players asking for tips. Before, I knew what to say to it, but now I'm kind of lost, and I just say play the game a lot. Like, I feel like you can't really make the argument about not jumping anymore because like you jump a lot in this new patch, I guess. Do you guys think there's what would you give as tips to new players if there's any in the chat as well now?
I mean, you can jump more. I would say you can jump more now than you could. It's still not the best option, but the fact that like you could jump and then grapple, so you have options to get out of that jump, whereas before you didn't. Now you have options to kind of like jump bait into a grapple, or like they don't know what you're gonna do after you jump. Like that's the whole thing. Ben was saying like there's more options now because of the speed. Like that's exactly it. Like you don't know what's gonna happen. So I think to new players, I mean, honestly, I hate saying it. Like playtime is a huge thing. Like you just have to play. When you play against people that are better than you, and like if you get comboed a few times, you're like, okay, like I know this combo's coming. What can I do to try and stop this combo? You know, you get used to grappling left and right, seeing how people, you know, WASD acts around. You get used to that and kind of can pinpoint like where they're going to go. So you might want to grapple to the left or right, or jetpack to the left or right. So a lot of it's playtime. I'll let these guys explain more like on a competitive level what they think better tips are.
Honestly, once you get down like movement and stuff, and like obviously like aim training, which it's not as big of a thing anymore because arrows aren't as prominent in the game. But I think movement is a huge part of the Darn project. Just like how you move, just how fluent you are with it, like the unpredictableness of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hang on. Apparently, Ben, they're saying your Discord link doesn't work in that.
My Discord link.
They're saying the Discord link in the.
I can give you another one.
Yeah, put it in there.
I'll fix it in just a minute, guys.
Yep.
Actually, dude, just link the new one in chat. Let them.
Yeah, I did.
Click that.
I just did.
There we go.
That's the one that I've been using for a while. Yeah, and then I'll do this.
Yeah, just put it in chat. Okay. So what? Yeah, like. So what do you guys think as far as other than the generic answer of playtime, which is generally what it comes down to? It does. What are some tips for you guys for new players? This is really just me asking for tips, but for new players, like what's going on here?
I mean, a lot. Yeah, I think Newts is right. Like movement is really important because this game is very much about like just don't get hit because you need your moments. This is, and again, like it kind of goes back to making sure that when you're getting a bow pulled at you, when somebody's swinging at you, that you're spacing and where you're at in relation to where they're pointing their bow is good because otherwise it's just like being hit in this game will only make it harder because then the next hit is coming. And it's going to be even worse because you got to deflect that again. And then you're back to a point where they're holding their bow again. So it's kind of this cycle. And you need to make sure that you're kind of faking them out and trying to get yourself in a place where then you can either pull your bow or use the new mobility to get to cover, because it will make your life a lot easier and it'll kind of slow the pace down and let you kind of figure out what you need to do a little bit easier. A lot of new players don't use cover very well. I've noticed that as well.
I think Darwin is a huge mind game compared to other BRs.
Yeah.
That you have shots and ammo and stuff. Like, I mean, Darwin, especially with an arrow cap, which, again, needs to go. It needs to go. Darwin is a huge mental game. And that is part of it. Like, you take somebody like Casper, and I don't mean this in a bad way. Casper will tell you. And he reminds me of Rafa again. I always go back to Rafa and Quake. Like, neither one of those players have the best aim. Like, Casper will straight up tell you, like, I don't hit shots. I don't have the best aim. But Casper's mechanically sound and his decision-making is so good and positioning is so good that he can win without having that aim. I mean, he is a jetpack player, but he can win without having that aim. He can. But no, like there are players who are like Ben too. Like everybody, like the top players, like aren't perfect, but they're so much mechanically smarter than everybody who's not at that level. Like their decision making is insane. Like Ben, Newts, Ari, like your guys' decision making is absolutely nuts. Like that clip that Ben hit the other day. What was that clip you hit the other day that you linked? You said you'd never hit it again. Like, holy cow, dude.
The one where I hit him midair. Yeah. And that kind of stuff I really hope happens, honestly. But no, that is just kind of like decision making and muscle memory. It's like once you get in the rhythm of like when I do this thing, like when I swing my axe, I need to either do one of two things. I need to be ready to deflect an arrow or I need to be ready to pull bow. And it's like those tiny decision making moments is all Darwin is about. But it's just a lot of those for like a minute and a half, and you're playing that game with another person.
Yeah.
And it's really, really fun in that sense. But also, if you're not keeping up and you're not like doing your part in the little dance of like, I'm going to pull my bow, I'm going to back up, I'm going to swing, then you're just going to get hit real easily by the top players. So it's just watching a lot of... I think that watching streamers is the best way to learn. By like
it definitely is a big part of it, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta watch and see how they're playing and see how they're kind of like pacing their fights.
Or even when you play scrims, watch your VOD back of whoever is streaming it.
Yeah.
Watch the VOD back. VOD review is huge.
To be good at Darwin, because Darwin's like, I mean, the competitive side of Darwin is its own monster. The competitive side, the casual side, are way different. Don't get frustrated. That's like the biggest thing. You're going to die a lot. Thank you, Newts. Like, you're going to die a lot. Like, you're always going to... Like, I mean, I still get my butt handed to me by these guys, and I've been playing for years. Like, you know, you're going to die a ton. But if you put in the work and the hours, you're going to get better, and you're going to learn, you know, what combos are being used. And you know, after playing against guys that use the environment, you're going to start to learn how to use the environment or what they're using the environment for. So don't get frustrated. There are some players that you can actually mic queue with and be like, hey, I'm kind of new, like, hey, and they'll talk to you, and then there are others that are just going to straight sweat on you, Adderall. But they, I had to, man. I couldn't leave it out. But there are like, no. Even Matterall's a good guy. Even he'll tell you stuff. He does a lot of videos too on YouTube that
oh yeah,
he'll do a lot of stuff. We just give him a hard time. But yeah, just watch the guys. Like they said, just watch them. Put in the hours. You know, there's some guys with over 2K hours. So, I mean, I mean, the chances of you beating them, unless you put in the same amount of time, I would say it probably takes about a good 6 months of straight play time to even come close to where you need to be. Like,
I think this
you're not
patch
gonna
has like brought it down with like the whole hour base because like
because it's
a lot
new,
of us have a lot of hours. Like it's even new to us. Like playing the game for so long. Like it's there's these newer players that are like so much closer to our skill level than they were before, and it's like this is crazy. Like this is literally like new. This is a new game to us. Of course, we have like a little bit of advantage, but at the same time, like these people can grind up these hours, like maybe a couple 100 hours, and they're going to be at the same level as us. Like it's cool to see.
Okay, where are no more questions? You guys got to add us so we can like actually like they highlight. I can't keep
I
up.
think Anonymous asked earlier what I want to see from director, and honestly, I just want it to be invisible.
Can we see electronics in the class section in the main menu and see our main player level in the main menu? You can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can we? Wait, can we see?
No, you can't see your main player.
No, not in main
No,
menu.
you
Click on
can't
it
you
yet.
can't see your.
You can't click on it yet, but I'm assuming that is going to be because it's not just going to sit there for your levels.
Oh,
there's no more player level. There's class levels, and then I'm sure if they had a ranked mode, then there would be ranked level as well. But as of right now, there's no level until there's competitive mode.
Yeah.
Gom said, "Bring back director flashlight." Wasn't I talking about that
swear.
yesterday in Scrim? Wasn't I talking about that? I was like, "Man, I missed this
Did.
thing. That's hilarious, Gom."
That thing sucked.
That thing.
Dude, it destroyed my frames. It annihilated my frames.
Thoughts on Scav making it default to load in with last used loadout?
That'd be kind of cool. I mean, like the last loadout you clicked on.
Yeah, that's safe to custom.
Yeah,
that
I would.
Feature, I'm very surprised it didn't even.
Yeah,
make it
I
on
would.
the
I would
loadout.
like that because I'm tired of clicking on like I'm not playing jetpack. I'm headhunter. I would love
And
to
it will
just be able to
automatically give you
automatically
jetpack if
select
you
that.
don't click on anything either. It automatically gives you jetpack.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thoughts on the fact that we only have one arrow?
All right, here we go.
No
This is-
more fire arrows, no more hunt arrows, no more stamina arrows.
Yeah.
I think
it
it's
works.
a big part of those classes. It's a big part of them, though.
I mean, the way they
Game's
did it
conditions
now, it
changed.
works. It's not like you're missing key components. Like I feel like it works. It's just regular arrows. Like it works.
I agree.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
I mean, and they gave all the arrows the drop off now. Like I mean, with regular arrows, you could fling them forever. It was fire arrows that had the fall off, right? Now all the arrows have the fall off.
Yeah, they do. Also, MK, I'm sure there will be bug fixes, but I'm sure they're just more focused on just getting the entire game running correctly.
This is a great question right here, and I've been back and forth with this, and I've talked to these guys about it before too, and I think we came to an understanding. How do you feel about the drone being unkillable, so it's actually viable, or getting an EMP ability that's like them disable, grapple, or flying for 3 to 5 seconds, so it's fair ground? We talked about this. I'll let these guys talk in a second. I don't think it needs to be unkillable. It just needs to have a lower cooldown after it's killed. That's it. I don't. If you think if it's unkillable, you're gonna have infinite speed damage. Like I mean, it's insane. I mean, it's the same, and I don't even know if Scav knows this yet. And I forgot to bring this up. I don't know if it's a bug or not. But if the blood moon's out, your boots automatically get full speed. The arrows don't do the damage, but if you are exposed to somebody, arrows do max damage. So if you're a headhunter class and somebody exposes you, like you're at such a huge advantage at that point, it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
So just stuff like that. Unkillable would be unkillable would be better than jetpack in its current state. Everyone would play headhunter, I think, because the damage would be insane.
And then
the damage output would be pretty nuts.
And then Hypnotical said, opinions on stamina being removed outside rolling. I like it how it is without like the.
I think it's more accessible.
Yeah, I think it's way more accessible. There's so many more components in the game now that you have to pay attention to. Like there's just so many more like you can like side roll, front roll, back roll, etc. And then you have a jetpack. You can front burst, side burst, back burst. Like it's just there's so much more in the game now. I think it's fine not having that stamina bar when you're rolling and stuff. I don't know. Like the jetpack fuels enough and hook cooldowns, etc. I don't think you need a stamina bar anymore.
Apparently they do full damage in Blood Moon too.
They do.
Nice.
Okay, so
Let's
yeah,
go.
the Blood Moon, that's insane.
Ow.
Justice
That's
asked,
OP.
I don't know if you talked about the inventory and limiting snowballs, also adding a preset slots to inventory. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Click and drag. Ben fixed the whole solution. Ben, click and drag.
I did it.
Just
Yeah.
open up the wheel and drag it to where you want it. Easy fix. Boom. They can do that.
I honestly would also find it really, really helpful because right now what you have to do is you have to hit Q, then you have to get it out of your inventory, then you have to click on the thing on the ground. I don't understand why I can't just hit Q, look at the thing, and then hit the number that I want to replace on my keyboard.
Yeah,
You should just
but
be
I
able to
think
just
I
click
think
and
the
drag.
drag option would be insane because you can just pick it
No,
up
I
Q
agree.
and slide it on
I'm
its
just
own. Like
saying
that would
for
be
even
insane.
picking up, because I think that
Yeah.
like even picking up right now is a problem when you have a full inventory and you want to swap out with some ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have to do 2 actions, right? Or no, 3 actions. I have to hit Q, click on the thing, and then hit E on the thing on the ground. But instead, why don't I just hit Q and then hit the number that I want to replace?
Yeah.
And then it just swaps it out for me automatically. And then I don't even have to use my mouse to do that, actually. I can just look at it and hit 2 buttons and I'm good to go. So that's another change that I really want to see happen. I don't like the little like clicking feature because if I'm in the middle of sudden death, I don't want to be doing that. That's going to suck.
Yeah. FizzyWiz says opinion on recentering the crafting wheel. I mean,
No,
I mean, it doesn't
please
bother.
keep
It
where
doesn't.
is now.
It
It's
doesn't
amazing.
bother me at all. Toilet Dunk agrees. I
I'd
mean,
rather for it not to block my
maybe they could do it to where you could like move your UI. I guess if people want it to be centered or something like that. Like I don't think it would be too difficult to give UI customization into it to move stuff around. But I mean, right now it's just apparently it bothers a lot of people. Look at this. Holy cow! I didn't realize this bothered so many people.
Yeah, I think they should definitely add like a UI customization.
Yeah, I guess
so you can
UI.
put-
Yeah,
it's,
UI
it's
customization.
so
would be an
tiny right
easy
now.
fix.
It's so small. It's hard to read. Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, like for
let's see if we
example,
fix it.
arrows. Like I get confused how many arrows I have sometimes, or if I'm unmuted because the mute button is like bottom left, so small you can
Yeah.
barely see it.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think they should let you like customize your whole UI.
Well, I didn't realize
Yeah,
this was such an
I don't know
issue.
when my mic is muted or not muted, etc. as well.
Push to talk. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, push to talk would kind of be a nice feature.
I like push to
So you have
talk.
to
And there's
mute
no
them,
hot
yeah.
miking as much. There's less hot miking. That'd be nice.
Listen, I think they need to add at least like 5 more seconds to death speech because I can't always get exactly what I want to say out of my mouth. You guys cut it off like mid troll. All right, you gotta add like 5 more seconds to that time.
I feel that.
I'm sick of it.
It used to be, oh my gosh, it used to be super long.
Oh, it
Dude,
used to be
wait,
forever, dude. You could talk to
to
like
be
half
really-
the match, be like, "Oh, you suck." Let's see. Okay, so let's go back. So this will be an easy clip. What do they need to fix? What do they need to fix? They need to fix jetpack.
Mhm.
They need to give mobility to Headhunter,
Mhm.
and fix the cooldown on Deadbird.
Cool down on electronics to be longer, so you don't have bubble every 30 seconds, 25 seconds,
Yeah.
whatever it
Alright.
is. Yeah.
The wood issues, like the loot
Just revert
issues.
arrows completely.
Yep. Remove arrow cap entirely.
Arrow speed
Um,
for crafting.
I mean,
Oh,
fix
yeah,
going
yeah,
through the
arrow-
map.
arrow
Yeah,
craft-
arrow
arrow
crafting speed, absolutely.
Mhm.
Have classes start with 2, and Headhunter start with 4. I think that's a great idea. I think that'd be absolutely fine. That'd be a
Cold
good fix.
damage weapons are 2 up here right now. Ice bolt,
Yep.
snowball.
Fix
They're
the
super
cold
overpowered.
meter and the cold damage, or fix the
Just-
cold damage stuff.
Revert it to the old bar and give everyone level cloak, and you're good.
Yeah, we could do that. What else? What are you talking about here?
A bunch of bugs like the beach party bug.
Okay, the duping bug,
arrow
absolutely.
Dupe bug.
Arrow bug.
Going
dupe
under the
bug.
map with grapple.
Invisible torso.
Invisible
Invisible
torso,
torso.
that's a big one.
What
Lanky boy.
else?
You ever seen the one that makes you?
Yeah,
really
or
tall
the
and lanky?
when people don't hold on to the axe, there's a weird axe animation.
Yeah.
That needs to
I
be
don't know.
Yeah,
fixed. 'cause
that's
he punched
part of the
with your
torso
gauntlet.
being invisible is the axe
Okay.
not being in your hand. Yeah.
Can you explain duping, Ori? No. No.
No. Not again.
Oh no
No, no.
Oh no!
Yeah, and then the good idea of extra Darwinium at the end of the game if you're doing good to be able to craft a wood or something with that, or like exchange Darwinium for a wood piece or something would be great.
Yeah,
'Cause
you should be able to.
there's
like,
a
make
lot of
wood with,
times
like,
I go
100
into a
Darwinium
game
or
that I have like some Darwinium that I'm like, oh, I'm not using this. Like, okay, just sit here. Like, it'd be good to have something to do with that. Or make every tree just loot 2 pieces of wood. I mean, that could fix it too. If you just instead of 1, when you hit a tree, it gave you 2.
Yeah, how does one tree give you 1 log? Like, how does that?
I mean, that would be a pretty easy fix, I assume, to just change the integer on that. I mean, that's all that would be, is just changing the integer on what it gives you.
That would need a lot of testing. We'd have to see, because 2 could also get really stuffy.
Well,
with
good
armors.
thing we have sweet playtesters, right?
Let's
Right,
go
guys?
play testing.
Let's go play testers.
Also, I remember someone telling me this. You could have like a different hotkey for speed drink, coffee, and medkit like we used to, it'd be really cool. I think it's like you would get your speed drink, coffees, and medkits in one area, and then all the traps in another. So it's easier,
having like a box that you can select where it always goes into that box. It always drops into there.
Yeah.
You don't have like randomized boxes.
Here we go. A second level to the 2 extra abilities for more Darwinium spending and more reward for killing others.
Well, can you repeat it again?
Oh, like upgrades to your electronics once you've already crafted them.
Yes. That could be kind of like a tree system. Almost,
cap on medkits and stuff, so you can't just stack like millions of them.
Yeah, you shouldn't be able to hold more than 2 in your entire inventory, not like 6 or 5. I literally fought somebody yesterday and they had 5 medkits. I was like, what is going on right now?
And fix arena. Speaking of that, fix arena.
Headhunter drone.
Fix shield in arena. Yeah. We don't want to forget that. Dude, energy shield. I'm so glad they brought that back. You know what? I'm glad they brought back stealth.
You can't hit it with an arrow.
I love stealth. Stealth, smoke bomb, game over, dude. Every time.
Lit.
Camo
is lit.
Add arrows and Darwinium to chests as well.
How about a little Darwinium for crafting armors instead of wood? I guess they could. They could do like 3 wood and like 30 Darwinium or something like that. That's not a bad idea. Mm-hmm. 5 wood is a lot. 5 wood didn't seem that steep, but 5 wood is very steep.
It's a lot when there's no wood in the game.
Yeah, exactly. That's very steep. There's actually times where I'm just like, I don't even care. I'm not doing this. I'm just going to make 8 arrows and go.
Yeah. It should cost Darwinium and wood to make armor 100%. I like that. Yeah. It would make Darwinium more useful as well.
Yeah. You've also got to revert the change of RNG spawn loot. So there's a chance that you're not even going to spawn with 2 wood in front of you. And I hate that.
It could be 2 Darwinium, and then you have no arrows, and the other guy does. Yeah.
I've had like 4, and it's terrible because you're playing a class that needs the arrows, especially if you're playing drone. So it's got to be 2 in the front, and then, it can mix up with leather a little bit if you want to, but man, it's pretty bad when you don't have that wood early.
Yeah, 100%. It needs dedicated spawn spots for wood. So like right when you spawn, there's always 2 trees.
Make using grapple jetpack bird cost Darwinium and make Darwinium more common. I don't think that would. I don't think. No, because then if somebody ends up in Darwinium, that's too RNG based. You could have somebody spawn in that zone full of Darwinium, and then they can access their powers more. I think the classes overall right now are okay. I think they're okay. They just need some tweaking, but they're good classes. Like I was expecting to hate one of them, but they're.
Hey, I'm ready to see more classes pretty soon after they fix these ones.
Yeah,
same.
Soon after they fix them.
Make the Newts class, everybody. He gets drunk and does front flips into his bed. It's actually one of his electronic moves.
I just roll everywhere, dude. I just side roll, front roll. I just flip everywhere.
What do you guys even think are gonna be the new classes?
Holy cow!
That's the thing. I have no idea what you could add.
What's
from
left?
You could do it's got to be really creative from here on out.
They should do a fire arrow class to appease the people that miss them.
Wearable TV said to allow the drone to glide. Like so somebody brought this up to me. I don't remember who it was, but
that's
like with the drone, like you click a button and then you can like use it as a glider for like a short period of time. Like when you go off like a drop, you can like use it as like a little glider.
Yeah. That's actually not a bad idea.
Cool.
That's a lot of work.
More movement though.
It is.
They could go vertical,
but they need. That's what I'm saying. They need the up and down. It's not the horizontal that's the problem. It's the vertical up and down that they need. That's where they're severely lacking.
It's like for like a couple seconds, it like pulls you up or pulls you down.
Yeah.
Should director get a Blizzard card? Absolutely not. No Blizzard card for the director. No.
Well, maybe so you can't see. So it's like a smoke bomb. So like
I assume Blizzard would affect cold meter.
That would be cool.
That would be cool as long as it didn't affect
patches of cold.
Yeah.
So not it wasn't like you instantly freeze. It's like little patches of like fog, and that little fog gets you cold faster.
Yeah.
You gotta avoid the fog. You're like,
so that would be all right. That would be all right. I think. With the speed, like I said, director powers just need a little bit of a rework. It would be cool if they were more like interactive to the map as opposed to like what they are now. Because, I mean, closed zone is okay. Open zone, I mean, you're not gonna. I mean, at this speed, you're not gonna use open zone anymore, really, unless something bad happens. Electromania is still good. But I mean, give electronic. I mean, people are collecting so much Darwinium. I mean, people are completely. I feel like with 2 Electromanias, like I mean, everybody's looted.
Yeah.
People loot. So I mean, give electronic. It's kind of like Give leather needs to be removed because what does that even do? Give wood, I think, is such a strong power now.
Yeah,
to even it. Yesterday, I was giving Ben PP7. Like I was giving people in scrims wood. I was just checking who had the most, and I was trying to even it out across the board. Like give wood is such a strong power. Beach Party, another strong power. Electromania is good. Some of the other stuff like Gravstorm, there's so much mobility now. Like Gravstorm is looking okay. Nuke is
let's go Casper.
Like Nuke,
crossplay, yeah.
Nuke. Everybody can get out of a nuke in like 3 seconds.
Boys, crossplay.
I watched somebody
Can
fight.
we say crossplay?
Crossplay.
Holy
I watched.
shit, that'd be amazing.
I watched somebody in a zone nuke yesterday kill somebody with 10 seconds left on the nuke in the middle of the zone and still make it out of the zone.
Yeah.
Like I mean, there's just some moves now like director powers that are just like But I'd love to see stuff like that, like Blizzard or like a fog or something that they could put in that doesn't really affect, like it affects the gameplay for everyone, not just like a heal or something like that. But like a fog would be cool, like a blizzard would be cool, like Ben was saying, like Leo was saying, and then like I feel like those type of director powers would be fun and engaging because now you have something in front of your face that's blinding you, and you're like, okay, what am I gonna do?
Yeah,
like, that would be pretty cool.
Be absolutely sick. I
Rebirth 10-point director power respawns all trees on map.
Yo.
Ooh, that could be good.
That
good.
All right.
Gimme.
I'm down for
good
that.
idea.
I'm down for that. That's
my loot back.
But see, by the time you get 10 points, I feel like it should be less than that. Games are so fast.
They
Games
could
are like
have 2 versions of it where it's like a rebirth and then a rebirth mania. So like the rebirth just does 1 zone and then mania does all the zones.
Yeah, but how fast are these games now? Like 8 minutes?
It's pretty quick.
I mean, scrims. I mean, how fast are scrims now?
NA they lasted quite a while, but directing EU they were like 8 to 10 minutes. But NA actually went
I feel
the
like
full
NA
length
is
of our
because you
normal
can't,
scrim
like,
time.
Unless that's because you guys wanted to farm and
but
stuff.
less people in sudden deaths. Definitely less people in sudden deaths.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So director powers that would more influence the map itself and kind of make everything more difficult for everyone rather than like, hey, let's throw a heal into the spectator and see who guys got the most viewers right now. Like, now I do love the give wood to vote. I guess there are a few director powers that are good to throw to a vote. I wish they had more powers to throw into a vote that like wouldn't necessarily like if Ben needed wood and I was like, okay, everybody vote for Ben, and then they all voted for someone with way more streamer power. Like,
yeah, it's
nice because it's spectator kind of like it's stream friendly, but at the same time it's like, oh well, nobody on Twitch is logical in these chats, right, guys? Right?
Yep.
But it's all just like it's for memes, which it is. But sometimes you want to it's completely biased. Yeah,
it'd be interesting. I've always been weird on the question of like what you do in top 100, especially with that kind of stuff, because then you get into weird territory of like closing zones in top 100 on someone who, is mid fight or something like that when you put it to vote. So that can be difficult. But yeah, in the casual scene, it's a nifty feature, but in top 100s, the fact that you are still allowed to put it to a vote always concerns me.
Yeah,
I don't know what. Yeah, I don't know what.
That's. I would like to see more stuff like Beach Party now that Beach Party is viable. I'd like to see more director powers along the lines of something that is like that actually like encourages looting and like everybody can loot and get stuff and then just go. Like they need more stuff like that, which would be great.
I think Beach Party needs to be a little bit cheaper, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. I think it needs to be 3. The way the game is now, make it 3. Boom. Same as Electromania, and just be our Darwinianmania. Darwinianmania. Just boom, across the board.
That'd be cool.
That'd be nice. It's after using it one time in scrims, I realize how necessary it is now with the wood, and that also might change because this patch might come in, and then we're gonna get a wood fix, and then now we're like, we'll never use Beach Party again because we don't need it.
You heard it, Scav. Give Ben wood.
Please. The wood does make it good, please.
The wood does make it good, especially
The wood makes Ben happy.
Dude, okay.
I like it. There does need to be more, but I do like. I don't want it to be too much. I don't want it to be saturated again. Because it is nice to have that mindset of, okay, do I make arrows here? Am I going to use these on an armor? Like, am I going to keep one for a fire because fire is so important now? Like, I do like the decision making there, but they do need some more stuff. I think adding some more wouldn't really affect that, but if they just flooded the map with trees, then it'd be like, okay, fuck it, who cares?
I don't think you need to even do that. I think it's just making it so that the deer and the chests have it again. I think
that'd be a great
alone is
fix.
huge. Yeah, and it becomes, because in the old version, it was a huge percentage chance that when you opened a chest, you're getting an arrow or you're getting a chest or wood. It's one of the two. And then sometimes you're going to get your traps. Sometimes you're going to get your consumables. But those were the rarer things. And now, since you only get consumables and traps, it does feel like really consumable centric when you're looting. And kind of juggling that. But I think that if you put it in the chests and converting the Darwinium to wood might also be a good fix, but we don't know what's overkill and what's not. It's just going to take testing. I think you take little steps, though.
Yeah, that's why I think it was good for them to hold off on top 100. I know Ari misses it because
Yeah,
Ari wants to
not
sweat.
playing top 100 on this patch.
Ari is literally sponsored by like 4 different deodorant companies. He sweats so hard. But
Also,
they will
I
bring
think-
it back, but they need to test it.
I think one of the main issues with the wood right now is you don't really get wood from kills. Like that, I think that's one of the biggest issues, honestly.
Yeah.
They need to do that somehow. That's why, like, scrims wise, everyone's low on wood.
You get a lot of Darwinium. You get a lot
Yep,
of Darwinium.
a lot of Darwinium.
So
A
Ari,
lot. I think I
Ari,
had
let
like
me ask you
2,000
now. Let me
points.
ask you now, real quick, because we just touched on it a minute ago. Why do you think EU scrims are so much faster than NA right now? What are you guys
Because
doing?
EUs have always been more aggressive.
Yep.
And they have always had like
So you guys
a
just
more...
basically W key, huh?
True. I mean, okay, before like a year ago, when like competitive scene was like at its peak, I guess, in Darwin, around a year ago, I always saw NA as the smarter players, as in they take the game more so game sense. Like you see, like Casper, Gome, like they all like played smarter, but EU was usually better mechanically, but played more aggressive, I guess. So it was like a mixture of the two.
Yeah.
Because I always saw like Gome as like a good game sense, like very good game sense, like top game sense, but like not great mechanically. Same with Casper. I think he's not top tier game mechanically, but he's very good game sense. Like they destroy people with that.
Game sense and positioning is insane in a
Yeah,
game like
it's
this.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what it comes down to. Like these niche games where the skill ceiling is high between like a top player and a low player. Like the skill ceiling in Darwin compared to like PUBG or Fortnite, I mean it's huge. So it all just comes down to mechanics, and it's scary for people. But guess what, guys? This is how games were. I mean, I know you've got to advance with the times, but this is like some old school stuff that Darwin pulls.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like some 1990 to 2000 type skill ceiling stuff that is starting to slowly creep its way back in. You know, history repeats itself, and these game types are slowly starting to come back with the more hardcore skill ceiling. So,
shout out to my boy Dark Souls.
okay, Boomer, you know what? Get over there.
Whoa.
Not you. They're talking to me. No. I'm reading the chat, man. I'm reading the chat, man. No.
Hypnotical.
I can't pull that card.
Did Hypnotical just say okay, Boomer?
Yeah, but Hypnotical's like 53, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm very surprised that it actually isn't a part of the advertising of Darwin, by the way, how difficult the game is.
That's
Low
what I'm saying.
RNG
It
is
would-
part of the advertising.
It would be. I feel like good if they advertised high skill ceiling because it really
It's
is.
interesting. It's not. Yeah.
Guys, the updated link will be. Newts is linking it. Blame Ben. He gave me the post. Okay.
I'm a Papega. What can I say?
So yeah, I guess we've been going at it for 2 hours. Holy shit.
Let's go.
That was good.
So do you guys have anything else you want to add? I guess we can kind of wrap it up if not.
Boys,
looks like we got
Could've
questions.
Battle
Casper that
Pass.
whole time.
Battle Pass.
I do like the last battle pass was.
The last Battle Pass was pretty good. No, it wasn't bad.
I don't know.
There's some unique
I want
stuff.
I want that. Listen, Darwin has the capability, like their skins, and I like kind of the way they're going with it. Like Darwin has the ability to make some crazy skins, dude. Like crazy skins, and people will eat that up because the crazier thing in Darwin, like people are running around with like road cones on their head, dude. It's hilarious. Like that's like the snowman thing. Like I'm running around looking like Christmas and the Christmas. Like it's crazy. They need to add like some crazy skins. And the thing with the Roger D. Glanton update was like it was kind of normal. It was like Halloweeny. Like it was cool.
It was kind of cool.
Like
And
it was
had lore
cool.
too.
It was
The
cool.
lore was really cool.
It did have some lore. But I want to see some like crazy stuff come out of Darwin skins because it won't affect the game at all. Like they can do some crazy stuff with it. Now I don't want like the floss dance. Like I don't want like animations that you can, I think our tea bag is just fine. I think that's great. The Darwin tea bag again, it's an old school move. It works perfectly. But yeah, I would love to see some crazy skins in the battle pass that aren't
100%.
holiday centric. I just want to see like a huge,
Battle pass to go with that new zone that got teased.
Ooh, yeah.
Did you see that?
That'd be cool if it went
Yeah.
alongside of it. Yeah.
Big city zone. Yeah.
Oh, also, one more bug I forgot to mention. The other day I was in a game, and I was so excited because I was about to smash this game as Headhunter, man. I was like a 7-kill game, and I was going for my 8th kill again. That would have been my 8th triple, right? And I was in the Deer Factory zone, and I rolled out the factory, and I smashed this guy with an axe, and the momentum carried me forward and lodged me in between the wheel and the body of a forklift, and I got stuck and I couldn't move, and I was like begging the guy to kill me, and he looked at me and he said sucks for you, dude, and he let me freeze to death outside the sudden death zone. So can we please not get stuck?
There's a lot of map stuff in Darwin that I hope gets a little bit of a comb over. It's fingers crossed.
Getting stuck in objects is shrink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all fun though. Yeah. Big thing though. Crossplay would be so sick in this game. It would be so
I
sick.
do, and I don't care about the whole aim assist.
Crossplay, battle pass, bug fixes. We're good. I'm happy.
Yeah, I feel like crossplay would be absolutely insane for this community. Absolutely insane. Crossplay, and I say this time and time again to everybody I know everywhere, that crossplay is the future of all games. To be able to bring Xbox, PS4, Switch is never going to be on board. Let's be honest. Like Nintendo's never going to jump on this bandwagon. But
rip my boys.
Yeah, rip. I love Nintendo's my favorite console. All right, but Xbox, PS4, they'll jump on it for sure, and I feel like that'd be awesome. We need PS4 DPL scrims. I'm sure you could work that out with some of the admins.
We're working on it.
I'm definitely, we're definitely working on it. 100%.
That and Xbox, we're trying to get it together. We got to get some people who know how to run the bots and can get the word out that we're doing it.
All right, you guys heard it here first.
Wait,
they are working on it.
If you haven't already seen it, Spartender just posted a video as well. You should check that out. Top tier Darwin gameplay.
Little bit of Spartendies.
Right. No, but I think that's a good wrap up though.
Yeah.
Darwin Pro League, please join.
So yeah, Darwin Pro League. Talked about bugs. We're gonna try and do this podcast. Every 2 weeks? Is that what we're trying to do now? So every 2 weeks, on Thursdays, we're gonna do it. And it will be around the same time because Ori is on the other side of the world, and he only gets internet for like 2 hours a day. So.
All right.
Costs him like 10 cents. He's got to pay for it.
All right.
That's why he smashes his desk all day.
He's got to choose between internet and water. So,
look at my TV, man. I am bored here. Look at my TV.
Dude, I would kill for that TV, dude. Those
playing
listen,
64 back there.
Listen, if I could still
got the Atari, wait.
Listen, if I could still play games with the CRT monitor, I would. I'm not even making that up.
Sick.
They were so good. So good. So, all right, guys. So in a couple weeks from now, we'll be doing it again. Again, don't get frustrated for the new players. You'll see me in your lobby. That's fine. Don't get frustrated. Just put hours into it. It really is a fun game, and the community is good, and it's a lot less. I feel like it's a lot less toxic than it was about like a year ago.
I got a DVD player, boys. And we're trying to watch some Fedora files on my TV.
Ari, no. You went there.
What, dude?
You went
We all
there.
know that Ori lays in bed and watches.
He definitely does. He definitely does.
Oh boy.
He gets them burned onto a DVD and then he just puts them in his
He
TV.
puts them in.
Hey man, listen.
Somebody
I
clip
farmed
that,
potatoes
please.
For hours. For that DVD, boys.
It's the Lithuanian
got
way.
a bottle.
It's the
got a
Lithuanian
broken
way.
bottle. We
Crushes
got
his water
more
bottle,
bottles, dude.
smashes his desk.
Do you even have recycling over there? You just throw it on the side of the road like they do in Iraq.
Oh no.
Okay, dude. Okay. All right.
Well, all right, guys. I appreciate everybody coming. We're gonna go ahead and raid somebody here, so give them some love. But again, don't get frustrated with the game. The community is a lot less toxic than it used to be. It's much better than it used to be, which is good. I feel like everybody came together at the end there. It was getting bad there for a minute. So like I said, DPL, Discord.
Yep.
That Newts was spamming the link. Join that. I'll have the VOD up on YouTube later tonight after I make the thumbnail. I'll upload the VOD onto my YouTube, which you can find down in the channel below. A lot of good stuff going to be coming from DPL. A lot of good stuff going to be coming from Darwin. I know eventually new partners are going to be announced at some point, I assume, here.
Let's hope.
Yeah. Check the website.
Yeah. So
the website has a list of all the partners, and there might be some names on there that you guys are like, wait, really? So go check that right now. You should check that.
Yeah, check that out.
So if you guys see big stream, my tip is if you guys are gonna snipe big streamers and stuff, like just take it easy, like make it fun for everybody. Don't just rail them and get it, out of the way. Just make it fun because they really do enjoy the game, and they're not going to if we're just constantly destroying them because they have no idea what to do. So, all right, guys, we're gonna go ahead and throw this raid over to. Where is it?
The boy.
Roger
himself.
that.
Roger that.
Actual legend. He started playing the game right before the release, probably a month or so.
Yep.
Thank you all for watching, boys. Was a great stream. Clap it up.
Clap it up. I don't want to drop my dog.
As always, guys.
So we're gonna go ahead and rate it. Welcome to the show, Gong Squad. All right, we're gonna go ahead and send it over to Roger and see what he's up to.
Yeah. Have a good day, boys.
See you.
Holy crap. Yo, hi, how's everybody doing? Yo, first, before I go crazy about this, alright? Before I go crazy about this, I need to say, alright? All you guys that are part of that podcast, every single one of you guys are nuts, right? And before the update happened and all that stuff and the community was it was, I feel like you guys are the people